Hello everybody and welcome to the newest episode of the Shadow of the Silver Mane Netherstorm edition, and with very little Silver Mane edition again. Last time, as usual, stuff happened. Before we get into it, the usual reminder, dear viewers, this episode is posted on Skoll Shorties channel. The episode after that shall be posted on Sir Thompshire's channel, and the one after that on my channel, Teeironor. All our links are in the description below, and then back on Skoll's channel, and so on and so forth. Now, as is our wont, I have rolled some dice in the background, and the dice have decided that Zelris should go ahead and introduce herself first, as well as her character. Can you please go ahead, Zelris?
I play Lyri Embasaro, the Blood Elf Wanderer who's currently learning Ascending Spell from good old pal Teeironor. And yeah, that's about it.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Zelris. Next, we would have Sir Thompshire. Can you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Sure. As always, I'll be playing Benjamin Aaran, the sellsword, interdimensional traveler, interdimensional communicator, and interdimensional dragon tamer. Yeah. I'm gathering all the titles.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves with that last part.
We'll see.
Thank you very much, Thompshire. Next, we would have the owner of the channel you all are watching this on, Skoll Shorties. Can you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yes, hello, I am Skoll Shorties, and I am playing good old Captain Buhd, the ogre who is constantly harassed by Fell Reapers and makes it out alive somehow. He is very sad and hungry and wants a break, please.
And is currently on hold with tech support music. And he didn't get away from the Fell Reavers somehow. He got away by practically spending all of Skoll's fate points and taking some damage as well. So, not easy. But thank you very much, Skoll. And next, we would have DoomGoblin. Can you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yeah, hi, it's me, DoomGoblin, and I'm playing the heroic and noble pirate Captain Bladebeard.
Your mileage may vary.
Yeah, he's currently confused about a skull, and yeah, that's about it.
Thank you very much, DoomGoblin. Last time, as we have alluded to, a bunch of stuff happened. Dear Skoll, would you care to remind our viewers what's been going on?
Yes, I can. Alright. The wastelands of the Netherstorm continue to take their toll upon our party. Benjamin Aaran and Captain Bladebeard, joined by Teeironor, still had to face the judgment of the Nether Dragons at their roost. They were approached by their fellow prisoner, the Sunfury Blood Elf Myrna, who, despite being cryptic and offering a fake name, proposed a meeting with her superiors in hopes of dealing with their mutual foe, Nexus Lord Teeironor's Ethereals. Our heroes discovered after that Myrna bore a rune on her arm, which allowed someone else to listen in and know the bear's location. And they found this out when Teeironor unveiled her own Silvermane branded rune. Fortunately for our heroes, soon afterwards the Nether Dragons stated that their verdict: Benjamin and Teeironor are probably not blood elves. Bladebeard then managed to convince the creatures that the Ethereals were experimenting upon and corrupting their eggs, prompting further discussion. Meanwhile, Captain Buhd continued wandering the wasteland, now joined by hallucinations of his legendary ogre ancestors. While taking a rest, he was beset upon by another Fell Reaver, and in his desperate flight, stumbled upon a Warp Stalker and them all. Reunited with his ethereal companion, Buhd managed to escape the demonic machine and continue on his way to the nearest presumed safe spot, a nearby ecodome. As for Lyri Embasaro, she was returned to the Netherstorm with the sentient skull of an old orc warlock named Garuk. She took a chance to rest and also created a beacon in the sky in the shape of the crest of Quel'Thalas, in hopes of drawing attention. After briefly being summoned once again by Golgamash, she found that she had garnered the attention of the same nether dragon she had encountered earlier. She agreed to be taken by the creature back to its roost after a brief scuffle. There, Lyri reunited with Benjamin and Bladebeard. After some misunderstandings and a brief fight, she eventually agreed on a deal with Satea. The Necromancer would also teach Lyri the Sending spell in exchange for the Skull of Garuk, which the Blood Elf planned on retaking later. While this was happening, Buhd and Thamal finally reached the ethereal Ecodome, and saw that it was under assault by the Burning Legion in the distance. For this reason, they were unable to enter directly, and instead had to contend with an automated system, which put them on hold.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Skoll. And sort of speaking of which, we discussed this briefly before we actually started recording, that we should start the session by checking up on Buhd. Now, Skoll, before we go into what's been happening with you, etc., I'd like to mention something to you, I suppose, that might affect your gameplay. As you are very much aware, you are still under DoomGoblin's compel that you're gonna be seeing hallucinations of your legendary ogre ancestors. Up until now, I've been doing them semi-randomly and semi-triggered by certain keywords, but at any point, if you'd like, you can have Buhd have a hallucination of a specific ogre ancestor that you've quote-unquote met before. Alright with you?
Alright.
And your hallucination based on a clever roll can then offer you some helpful or unhelpful advice. I will mention, this is above board, that since these are hallucinations, they only know what you know. So they may act like your impression of Imperator Gara and such, but they will only know the information that Buhd would also know, either from his personal experiences or from the stories he's heard relating to these people, etc., etc. Make sense?
Makes sense.
So some facts might also be somewhat distorted in the retelling, but regardless. Last we left off with you, Buhd. You reached the border of the Ecodome, which you guys can see on screen. Above board, the purple shield is much more opaque than it is in game, because it's currently under attack by the Burning Legion. You are not on the front lines, so no need to worry about that. But because of that, access is, and some other reasons, access is currently restricted. When you tried to enter, a little automated robot spoke to you in Ogre and offered you a bunch of tech support options, pretty much. And you chose option number 6, Other, which meant, please wait for a little bit. We don't have an Ogre translator. Please stand by. We are putting you on hold. So you and Thamal are currently on hold with tech support music. What's up? What are you guys doing at this point? Do you need a reminder of the other landmarks you saw on your way to the Ecodome in case you decide to head those places?
Sure.
Sure. I suppose... Yeah, I suppose let's go in chronological order. When you first arrived in the Netherstorm, what you saw in the distance was this Ecodome, the Mana Forge where above board the Blood Elves are, and Tempest Keep. You moved in the direction of the Ecodome, so you're farther away from the Mana Forge and even farther away still from Tempest Keep. On your way, you saw that there was another smaller Ecodome in the distance, as well, and that smaller Ecodome was overlooked by a large hill that contained, you can see with in the clear eye, several old ruins. Those are the landmarks you know at the moment. Oh, and there's also the landmark, though I very much doubt you'll be heading there, that you can see like the Burning Legion camps in the distance as they are assaulting the Secodome. But I doubt you're gonna head there, so...
Yeah. Okay.
So you currently are staying there with Tamal while tech support music is playing. Above board we mentioned that it's like the Goblin starting zone music, and that's what the actual viewers will hear in the episode. Yeah. And occasionally the automated signal will repeat to you, all Ogre translators are occupied at the moment. Please stand by. But it says that in the Ogre language, so Tamal doesn't understand.
I think Buhd would be laying on his back, like patting his belly while waiting for anything to happen. He's resting, but also clearly awake and bored.
This might take quite a while, Mr. Buhd, says Tamal.
Yeah. And I don't know what they're doing, but it's gonna be a while, it seems, and Buhd is hungry and tired and hurt.
Well, if you think I've said this before and I'm gonna repeat it, that I'm against this, very much against this option. But if need be, I can try to talk to it. Again, these Ethereals are not allies of my former employer, and I very much would have preferred to stay hidden, but if we won't have any other choice, do you have any other options in mind, or should we continue waiting?
Well, we could try the other dome, but might run into the same issue.
Can you give me a careful, Buhd?
Oh.
Okay. Tamal sort of looks at the dome in the distance and says, probably right. It's probably pretty late at this point on Azeroth. I don't require rest myself, but I believe you do, don't you?
Been running no time for long rests lately, so could use a sleep.
If you'd like, you can sleep while I keep watch in case the... Well, actually, I don't know the Ogre language, so I wouldn't know when an actual translator is found. Never mind.
Well, maybe if it says something different, you wake me up and repeat what it is, and then that'll be good.
I don't disagree with the plan, but again, I don't speak Ogre.
Well, do you have good memory of what it is?
Let me roll to most clever to see if he does have a good memory or not. Oh, I'm useless.
Is that what he says?
Yeah, and with that roll, he seems very, very genuine.
Well, I mean, if they find Ogre, maybe the thing will open. So, yeah, just wake me up if anything changes. That sounds like a good plan.
If you have faith, Captain, Mr. Buhd, sure. I will do my best. But above board, he's probably going to disappoint you.
Buhd believes in him.
Okay. So are you lying down for a rest?
Yeah, I think Buhd would be taking a nap or, yeah, trying to sleep.
Okay. And Tamal will keep watch and try to alert you, keyword try, if the automated thing says anything different. Shall we roll on the random encounter table to see if something may happen?
Yeah.
That was incredibly close. But I will say, I rolled on the table of if stuff will happen, like if you're standing still. Above board, the random encounter I rolled wouldn't happen in this proximity to the Echo Dome. Make sense? So, above board, nothing will happen. You will rest blissfully. Okay?
Okay.
Before we check on everyone else, do you dream of anything? Do you think of anything? Does Buhd have any thoughts or plans for the future?
I think this time around he wouldn't dream of the Fell Reaper. I think he'd have more dreams about like food or something because he hasn't eaten and he's probably starving.
Yeah, understandable. Very much understandable. Yeah, you dream up of this large, beautiful feast, and above board you will wake up having drooled on yourself. But that doesn't really matter to an ogre.
Yeah, that's probably Buhd almost all the time, let's be fair.
Okay. Shall we see what Benjamin, Bladebeard, and Lyri are up to?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Benjamin, Bladebeard, and Lyri, last we left with you guys, after you guys, well, specifically, Bladebeard and Lyri played some shenanigans with a certain Skoll, possibly instigated by said Skoll. Lyri, you were continuing to learn the sending spell from Teeironor. Meanwhile, Bladebeard and Benjamin, what are you guys up to while you're sort of idling, also waiting for the Nether Dragons to discuss things?
Did only one dragon left to get Lyri, Buhd, and Tamal, or
Only one, and
more?
above board it returned with Lyri, and is now
Yeah.
no. There are no Nether Dragons searching because that Nether Dragon is talking with the other Nether Dragons.
All right, then I would like to approach the Nether Dragons.
Sure. You see them like huddled around a very loose circle. Occasionally some will leave and some will return almost at random, and they are speaking in Draconic. They sound somewhat agitated, but otherwise you obviously can't really pick up what they're saying.
I say, excuse me? Oi?
Give me a flashy. Do you still have that stunt about people having to pay
No.
attention? Okay.
No. I changed it for I'm a small guy.
Sure.
Or little old me, I think I called it.
Give me a flashy still. Miris will turn her head to you and in broken common say, "Your trial is not over, mortal."
I asked you before if you can get friends from the desert, and you only returned with one.
There are
Would you
more?
kindly? Yeah. You're the darker colored one. Remembers there was an ogre and a person wrapped in cloth.
Miris will turn to Moraku and say something in Draconic to him, and Moraku will reply something back. Miris will then turn to you and say, "Are they relevant in any way?" Moraku says that they are not blood oaths.
Well, I mean, most people here are not blood elves, but
We believe
they
you are a blood oath, if you remember.
I'm. Anyway, they are our allies, and we'll need them in our future fight against the Nexus Lord.
Our future fight?
Yeah, we need to defeat them and save our friends and your eggs, right?
While we are thankful for bringing this news to us, I do not believe we are required to fight together, little mortal.
Well, it's gonna be easier, and we share a common goal. Why not work together? And once we free our friends, we will leave this world behind and never return. I promise you that.
She turns to you like fully, before she was just like sort of glancing in your direction. And another dragon's also like stopped talking to look, and she says, "Mortal, you are a blood elf. Blood elves have destroyed this land, endangered it. The only way you may stand up to those corruptors is by using more world-endangering magic. We cannot allow that. You are too weak otherwise."
First of all, I'm not weak. Second of all, I'm not a blood elf. And third of all, I don't really use much magic. I fight with these, and I pull out my swords and like swing them around.
Our verdict is that that one, indicating Benjamin, and that one, indicating Satea, are definitely not blood elves. But we are fairly certain that you and that one, indicating Myrna, are blood elves. You stink too much of foul magic.
Are you saying that only blood elves can use foul magic?
In the Netherstorm, probably. Well, now, we do not believe you are ethereal as you are corporeal, so you, by process of elimination, you must be blood elves.
Well, I'm not from Netherstorm. I come from Azeroth, and there are more...
As all blood elves do, yes.
Well, there are more kinds of people there than just blood elves.
Explain.
You see those two? Benjamin and Satea, or whatever fake name she gave you.
Overgrown goblins, yes.
Alright, I am more similar to a goblin than to a blood elf. I'm like a goblin, but a bit taller and with different skin tone.
We do not believe that to be accurate. You smell of foul magic like a blood elf. Do you have any evidence that may show that you are not a blood elf, other than theories and suppositions?
I don't think I have anything that would convince you.
We do not believe that all blood elves are dangerous, only most of them. So rest assured,
not dangerous.
We will not eliminate you just for being a blood elf. But we must deliberate and decide the appropriate course of action.
I am willing to help you save your eggs. I'll just let you know that.
Your concern is appreciated and noted. You sense that she's not being sarcastic. She's being like sincere when she says that.
And also, my ogre and mommy friend would also help you if you would save them from almost certain death in the desert.
The ethereal would probably be helpful for information on their peers, but we are not sure what use the ogre might have. He is not a dangerous magical entity by any means.
He is a dangerous entity nonetheless. He is very powerful and strong.
Is he of Gruul's kind?
I don't know what Gruul is.
She turns to Moraku and says something in Draconic again. Moraku says something back. You can detect from the tone that he seems somewhat annoyed. By the way, Benjamin and Lyri, you probably don't hear what Bladebeard is saying, but the dragon is speaking loud and clear comments, so you guys can hear what Miris is saying. Okay?
Okay.
Miris will then turn to you, Bladebeard, and well, first off, you will see Morocco fly up and leave, and Mirrors will say, I have dispatched Morocco to find them. At the very least, the Ethereal will be useful, probably. If the Ethereal is with the Ogre, then I have instructed Morocco to also bring him. If not, then that is all we can do.
Alright, thanks. I will remember this. And so will people you're gonna save.
Take care, Elf.
Take care, dragon.
She turns her back to you and continues speaking in Draconic with the others.
I assume you weren't very lucky?
Well, they still are debating if they're going to kill me, but they're gonna bring, I hope, Buhd and Tamal here.
Okay, I hope so.
Benjamin, you will receive a sending message from Kyrie.
Is this gonna be a weekly occurrence?
Above board, you, Benjamin, can use the sending spell like once every 8 hours. Kyrie has been sending it like once every 1 or 2 hours, which should kind of show like the difference in power between you. Anyway, what she says is, sorry, I keep forgetting the 25-word rule. Who made that up anyway? What are you doing on Outland? Anyway, Teeironor should be somewhere in... Message cuts off.
Come on. Well, not that it's very useful, but well, yeah.
You can reply in 25 words or less. Do you need me to paste the message in chat?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. While I do that, Bladebeard, you suddenly see Benjamin seeming distracted by something.
I get distracted by something all the time, so...
Well, like mid-conversation.
Yeah, Bladebeard does that as well.
Fair enough.
When he talks in his head with his imaginary friends.
I send the message in our little Discord chat. And again, you have 25 words or less. While you think of a response, Lyri, can you give me a clever roll?
Does my stunt apply?
Yes. With your stunt, I will say you're not 100% sure, but you think something's slightly off in the way Satya is teaching you. But you're not 100% sure, and you can't quite pin what exactly.
Okay.
Like that, some magical incantations seem slightly wrong. Some of the semantic components seem a little bit off, but you're not 100% sure.
Are you teaching this right?
Yeah, of course. Why do you ask?
Nothing.
I'll have you know I came up with the plan to drown Stormwind and zombies on my own. Thank you very much. I'm perfectly capable magically.
Right.
Shall we continue?
Mm-hmm.
And she will continue instructing you. You will hear Garuk snicker in your mind.
I mean, couldn't you have helped?
Oh, whatever with, says Garuk.
I don't know. Think harder?
Trust me, it's harmless enough, probably.
What's harmless enough?
Nothing. If you were in any real danger, I would let you know.
You know, this is kind of a matter of your life and death. I think you should tell me anyway.
Can you give me a forceful, because you're trying to threaten it? I said it is harmless. Please don't worry about it. If it is any real danger, I would have let you know.
Well, if... Lyri will, I guess, continue to listen, but she's gonna try and, I guess, keep her ears out on if anything seems fishy, etc., etc.
Sure. Then I will let you roll another clever a bit later on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Thompshire, have you figured out your response?
Yeah. Okay. Long story. Bud's ogre friends were taken, and we're trying to rescue them. The nether drakes think we're blood elves, especially Bladebeard.
Okay. I have written that down. Thank you very much. By the way, Kyrie doesn't know about Buhd having ogres.
Well, she knows now.
Sure. Yeah. What do you guys do now? Lyri being taught will probably take like another hour or so above board, and the dragons will continue to deliberate, and they will probably finish their deliberations earlier, but they will probably respect Bladebeard's wish and wait for Tomo and maybe Buhd to arrive before giving out their verdict.
So, Benjamin, how do I prove them that I'm not an evil blood elf?
I don't know, take that weird voice off your head, maybe?
What?
Above board, you cut out Benjamin. Thompshire.
Oh, where did I cut out?
Take that something.
Oh, voice out of your head.
I can't. I don't know how. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's even real or am I just imagining it.
Well, doesn't it like... I think it's real for what it's worth. I think you've shown very weird capabilities these last few days.
I once, I got a bit curious about it, and I asked it, yo, what the hell are you? And it showed me like a vision of someone talking about someone called Sif. That's all I know, and I don't think Sif is like short for syphilis. So
above board, if you remember, because of like Bladebeard's memory bungling up with things, the memory was displayed as a female dwarf that you once knew named Sif talking. So.
Oh, yeah, Alexa. I remember.
Yeah.
Yep, I have no idea what that spirit creature in my head is, or what he wants, or she, or it.
Right. When did you start hearing it for the first time?
When we were fighting Lord Roswell.
Did you touch anything weird while there?
I had Seahorn's pirate hat on, but I no longer have it, so I don't know. Maybe his hat was cursed, and now the curse is hat.
I don't think that's it. But okay.
Wait. How about you put my hat on, and
I don't think that. You know what? I don't care. Fine.
All right, here you go.
Do
you hear anything?
Do I hear anything?
It is a hat. Above board, since like you guys see that Seahorn's hat is not like an item in the quote-unquote inventory that you guys have on screen, so it's not magical in any way.
No.
Yeah, I think it's our character. Like
I gave him my hat.
Even so.
I don't think I still have Seahorns.
Yeah, I think he gave it back. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
no, I think that a troll ghost took it.
I don't remember, but above board, I'm also pretty sure you don't have it. But sure, even Bladebeard's hat doesn't do anything.
Try to ask yourself, or it's like some question, like where Buhd is.
Okay. I try doing that.
You think to yourself, I wonder where Buhd could be. Can you give me a clever just to see what speculation you come to? He's probably somewhere in this wasteland feeling very, very scared. Probably attacked by some gigantic demonic robots and probably incredibly hungry. If he's lucky, he maybe stumbled upon Tomo, but you never know.
I just take it off my head and say, well, this is a waste of time.
Yeah? DoomGoblin, are you with us?
Yeah.
Okay. You can clearly tell that whatever it is not your hat. Lyri, while you're being taught, Satya looks momentarily distracted as she admires Bladebeard's bald spot.
Does he have hair at all?
You made his model, you answered that question.
He doesn't.
I don't think he does.
Well, there you go. If Bladebeard puts the hat back on, she will return to teaching Lyri.
Yeah. He puts the hat back on.
How shiny is it from 1 to 10? Above board, obviously.
Bladebeard, give me a flashy. It's not unshiny, I guess, but it's not shiny. Whenever there's a flash of lightning in the Nether Storm, it will illuminate on Bladebeard's bald spot, but otherwise not so much.
I see.
So, should we skip ahead a little bit of time, or?
Sure.
Bladebeard, after my first question would be, what do you do after having this conversation with Benjamin? Do you go to stay on your own somewhere, or do you?
Yeah, I kind of just.
Ask Bladebeard, but sure, you can answer too.
Sorry.
You can answer too.
I guess I just lounge around, keeping an eye on the dragon's movements, I guess.
They're still like coming in and out, deliberating. Bladebeard, same question.
I don't know, just be somewhere by himself, sitting on a rock.
Then Bladebeard, from your jacket, you will hear a familiar beep beep, beep beep, beep beep, beep beep.
I'm not like out of the view of everyone, right?
Correct.
I'll
beep beep, beep beep, beep beep, beep beep.
I'll ignore it.
Yeah, it will continue beeping for a little while and then stop. And after a couple more minutes, it'll once again go beep beep, beep beep. And will continue ringing.
Oh, I thought you said raining. Ringing, yeah.
Beeping.
I look at everyone else. Does anyone has their eyes on me? Did they notice the beeping?
Lyri and Benjamin, can you give me carefuls? Benjamin, your stunt will apply. Lyri's preoccupied, and Benjamin, I don't think that's enough. Benjamin seems to be lounging. Lyri is learning under Satea. You'll notice that there's always at least one nether dragon that's keeping watch over you guys, the prisoners, but not necessarily on you specifically.
How large is the box?
Like the size of a human thumb, probably a little bit smaller.
And what's it made of?
It looks to be made of you know the stuff like Draenei buildings are made of in Worlds of Draenor, like that kind of shiny metal.
Oh. Yeah, sure. I would like to, if I can, find like a rock and crush it. Put it on the ground and crush it with a rock.
Okay, so you're destroying the device?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no roll required. You can destroy the device, and yeah, that will be that.
Great. One problem taken care of.
Sure. If that's how you want to see it, sure. Let me roll something else. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Just looking a little bit over my notes. Okay, Lyri, I think you can give me another clever roll with your stunt apply.
Okay. 6.
With that roll, I can tell you that Garuk is probably right that Satea is not teaching, like, she's teaching you the spell in a way that it would function and it would not harm you, but there's something else involved. You can't quite put your finger on it. Like, it wouldn't harm you directly, it would just like add an additional effect to the spell, if that makes sense.
Okay. Lyri is going to assume that it's going to benefit Satea. So. Okay.
Okay. Do let me know if you do or say anything. Otherwise, I think I'd like to see if anything will stumble upon Buhd and Tomo.
Isn't Skoll BRB right now?
Oh, that's right. That's completely right. My bad. Okay. Then... oh. Yeah, Benjamin, you will receive a sending spell from Kyrie. Are you here with us, Thompshire?
Yep. Yeah.
She says, "What do you mean, Buds ogres? And blood elves? Oh, they can be so silly sometimes. I think you really should probably go find the..." Message cuts off.
Come on. No, if you don't mind, again, type that out.
Sure. I'm pasting it in chat. Okay. I think... while Thompshire thinks of a reply. Bladebeard. No, not Bladebeard, actually, Benjamin. You'll be approached by Myrna. Are you here?
Give me just a moment to finish the reply.
Sure thing. By the way, because we didn't really do well on that last time, what are Lyri's thoughts on like seeing Mirna there?
I mean, it's not too surprising. It's where the Netherwing drakes come from, so...
Sure.
I mean, she's not too happy about it, but it's fine.
You see that she's like been trying to purposefully ignore you, if that makes sense.
Good, and Lyri's trying to purposely ignore her, so... it all works out.
Sure. Do let me know when you are finished, Thompshire, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Skoll, also let us know whenever you're back, if you are. Not. I guess there's not really much to except to wait.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Enslaved ogres in Stormwind, we freed them, and while they were away, we were away. They were taken away by Ethereals.
Okay, that's what you sent back to her. Okay, duly noted. Okay, so yeah, Mirna will approach you, Benjamin. Do you allow her? Also keeping in mind that she has that listening tattoo on.
For now, yeah.
She says, Intolassian Benjamin, was it?
I know.
If need be, my superiors are aware of my location, and I've been told that they have a magical lock on us. They can teleport all of us away if that is the best move for us to make.
Well, you did say your Blood Elf allies also have some problems with the Ethereals, right?
She nods.
Well, if it comes to it, I guess we'll accept the offer, but in the meantime, I'd like to resolve this relatively peacefully, hopefully.
Do you have faith that these beasts will be useful somehow?
Well, they're certainly different from the dragons we met on Azeroth, but they're still sentient and can think.
Barely.
So. Well, let's say for now I do have faith, even if just a little bit.
Very well, but my superiors will not wait forever. Feel free to give me a careful. You can tell she's bluffing, not on the like superiors part, but on the wait forever part. You can tell it's probably more the fact that she's personally uncomfortable around these nether dragons than that her superiors like order her to get the fuck on with things, if that makes sense.
Well, if they can't wait forever, you can just live without us if you really want to.
Well, why let go of an opportunity to deal with a mutual foe once and for all? The Nexus Lord has been a pain in our backsides for months so far.
Well, saying we defeat him, what then for you?
We go our separate ways.
And old reigning of this world, is that it?
Above board you cut out Thompshire.
Oh, sorry. and keep draining this world of all it has?
First of all, we're not draining the world, we're trying to drain the nether. Get that right. And second of all, is that any concern of yours?
Well, it could be.
We have no quarrel with you, I'll tell you that much. Welcome back, Skoll. We'll visit you after we're done with this conversation, okay?
Sounds good.
You have my word that no harm will come to you. And, well, let me give you, I suppose, a small piece of information to prove our sincerity. That one, points at Lyri, is important to my superior. And, well, my superior is very much interested in no harm befalling her. And, well, I can very much assume that if we try to harm you, she would defend you. So that option is off the table.
That important, huh? Well, I wasn't expecting her to be that famous so far away from Silvermoon.
Oh, well, she is in a way, but she isn't really. It's more so that, well, coincidence can be a very terrifying thing.
I see. Well,
I am not at liberty to divulge for any further information.
Well, if you say so, I'm not sure. I really need to know anyways.
Look, if you decide, well, speak with your friends. If you all decide to take me up on my offer in order to avoid, she indicates the nether dragons, their suspicion, let's come up with a code word, and once you or any of you say that code word in Thalassian, let's say, we'll understand the signal as teleport us right away, urgently. Make sense?
Okay,
just in case.
I'll go talk to them, and we'll see what we do about this then.
She gives you a nod and steps away. Benjamin, can you roll me a clever just to see if there's a piece of information I can give you? Okay, that's not quite sufficient, I'm sorry. So, shall we check up on Buhd, or would you guys like to have set conversation first? Up to you guys.
Maybe, but I guess since you told them already.
Sure thing. Buhd, in the first hour of your slumber, you will not be woken up nor disturbed, so I think it's only right that we once again roll on the random encounter table, alright?
Okay.
Do you know what that number is, Skoll?
Is that a Fell Reaver?
Isn't it the Fell Reaver?
Is this number 4?
I think 5. But yeah.
No.
It's not possible. There's something wrong with Roll20. This is not okay.
This is... Someone hates me on this website.
But yeah, Skoll as Buhd, as you're dreaming, whatever food you're dreaming of devouring at this very instant suddenly will let out this unfortunate sound. And
No.
you feel someone shaking you awake, furiously.
But Buhd wakes up.
Tomo says, "Captain, lay low, please." And you feel the ground shake around you.
Bud lays low. Can he create a stealth advantage somehow?
Sure, I'll allow it this time because Tomo gave you forewarning. Give me a sneaky.
Goodness.
Sure, that's enough for one charge. Do you have a name for it?
We'll call it Sneaky Ogre.
Sure thing. Also, let me roll Tomo sneaky on that note. Okay, Tomo gets 2 charges on it.
It's good to know he's sneaky.
He's lucky, not sneaky.
Honestly, out of the two of them, I would see him as the most sneaky.
Definitely. But yeah, also one thing you will notice, the on hold music has stopped. Tomo will say, I'm sorry. I thought I should wake you, but I can't understand the language, so I wasn't sure if they were saying, "Oh yeah, we'll send someone right away," or if they were just wrong, and then the ground shakes once again, and Tomo shudders as he tries to crouch down again.
Yeah, but Bud is dead silent at this point. He's trying really hard to be stealthy. He's exhausted. Well, maybe he's not exhausted anymore, but he's tired of this. He's openly tired of the Fell Reaver.
Sure. You'll notice that this Fell Reaver is coming from the west, not the east, so it's probably a different one. But that aside, you will see that it is heading in the direction of the Echo Dome. You can come to a conclusion of it's been ordered to attack the Echo Dome, and you just happen to be in its way.
I think Bud thinks they just hate him specifically.
Sure. Yeah. Do let me know what you do as this gigantic thing approaches.
Bud remains curled up in a ball to try and resemble a rock or something next to this dome.
Sure. Then, give me a sneaky, I'll also roll for Tomo, and we'll pose with the Fell Reaver's careful, alright?
Okay. Ah, boy.
The 2 is Tomo. Okay. Because you are standing still, you don't start the chase at 0, you started at -1, because the Fell Reaver got the chance to get closer to you guys. But you can see it shift directions from the Echo Dome to you guys. And Tomo says, time to go, Mr. Buhd.
Yep.
Okay. So, I presume you're booking it, you're running, correct?
Yes, Bud is booking it again.
Which direction are you booking it? West or east?
Which one was the mini dome at?
Northwest. But you'd have to go through the Fell River to get there.
Okay. I think Bud would go west then.
Oh, to the front lines of the Burning Legion. Okay.
Oh, no. No. East.
Okay. Well, give me a quick, and I'll also roll for Tomo, and then I'll roll for the Fell Reaver.
Oh my god.
Well, you guys are at -2 now. The Fell Reaver is in melee range, and it will attack. Above board, even if you succeed, and obviously you can, it would mean leaving Tomo to die. Probably.
God damn it. Why does this always happen? Oh, Christ. This is not good.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Because I do think that is shitty, but Buhd would probably try to book it as fast as possible. I'm trying to think of what would be a good aspect to use, though. Former warlord. He's inspired by his ogre ancestors that have been egging him on to keep pushing forward.
I'd argue the contrary. The ogre ancestors have pushed for you to fight the damn thing.
They've told him to if it's really bad odds that he should get away.
Okay, sure, fair enough. And you're using that to improve your roll or to reroll?
I'm gonna go with improve, because that would put it at a tie.
Tie would mean either fail or success at a negative cost.
Yep, succeed at a negative cost. I'm gonna have to go with that one.
Oh, what would the negative cost be?
What hasn't bloodlust yet?
That's also what I was thinking.
He's got his hat still, his cannon. I think that's it. I mean, he's got some clothes on, but not a lot.
Yeah, you've also lost your sword.
Maybe he can lose a cannonball again.
No, I know what will happen. But as you're running and like in this utter panic, your belt snaps off, meaning that you'll have to spend a turn fixing it. Okay, so you can't spend a turn running further away from the Fell River while it's beating the crap out of Tomol.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, Fell River now in melee range of Tomol will attempt to smash him to bits.
Tomol!
Tomol takes 10 points of damage. I'll do his level 6 and level 4 consequence. It is now your turn, like in the combat order. You just can't use it to run further away because you have to fix your pants in the meanwhile. Tomol doesn't have like time to react to you yelling his name because he gets squished.
Is Tomol dead?
You see the fists rise up and Tomol look very stunned. Looks like he's falling apart, but he's still standing.
No. No more running. I'm tired of you chasing Buhd, hitting friends, hitting me. It's time for cannon. It's time for death.
What do you do?
I as far as I heard it, Buhd can't keep running, but it said nothing about him.
Not this turn.
So Buhd can fire his cannon.
Yep.
Buhd is gonna do that.
But give me a second to think of Tomol's level 4 consequence. Completely stunned, I'll call it. Okay. So, you use your turn to fire your cannon. Before you roll, it'll be a forceful roll, and I'll give you a +6 to your score. Is that all right?
I think that's fine.
Okay.
I don't know how much that'll help, but yeah.
Then make the attack. You deal 1 point of damage to the Fell River.
Jeez.
Okay. You shoot your cannon and in your mind's eye, you are aiming it at its like big, gigantic. Oh, I should also probably put a Fell River on screen. Its big, gigantic egg ball head and presumably its weak spot, but sort of probably not even trying to parry you exactly, but it just moves its hand as it prepares to beat the crap out of Tamal again, and what you do is knock out one of its claws as it turns its attention back to you.
You're gonna die like Broxigar.
Apparently.
You did a bit
Except
of
not even
damage,
wounding the thing that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, Tamal's turn, he'll try to GTFO.
You know what? If Tamal lives, that'll make Buhd happy. Even if Buhd dies.
With that roll, Tamal tries to to run away. The Fell Reaver just casually puts his foot in front of Tamal, preventing him from running away. Tamal is still in melee range.
Tamal!
Fell Reaver's turn, because we're going in typical combat order. Let me roll a d2 to see if it's more interested in you or in Tamal at this point.
Okay.
1 will be Tamal, 2 will be you. It charges after you. Currently you're like one roll of the dice away from it, so you can run away if you'd like.
Even though I didn't tie Bud's belt on?
Well,
Or- Or do you think... I was gonna ask, was Buhd able to tie his belt on and then fire his cannon?
Yeah, or
Okay.
the other way around.
Yeah, I think that okay. I didn't say that Buhd did that, but alright, cool.
Okay. Well, it's charging in your direction. Do you try to run away or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Buhd noticing that his cannon did nothing and his cannon's always done something is not good.
Give me a quick, please.
I am definitely reroll.
I mean, you can reroll obviously, but you need a critical hit on your part to beat the Fell Reaver.
If I let him run, do I still have some distance? Or no?
What's your question?
If I don't re-roll, will it still be okay, or will he be in melee range?
No, he'll be in melee range.
Ooh.
At this point, he beat you, so he will reach melee range.
Okay.
I mean, good news is he'll be one range away from Tamal, who'll probably try to run away in a different direction. If you want to save Tamal's life, but
That is something Buhd would do. That's sad. Let's see. I would still have two things, I guess. I am a gambler. Yeah, I will re-roll and I will use Pirate Captain. Because Buhd wants to see his crewmates again and not die.
then give me a reroll.
Okay.
You still fail.
I still fail.
Okay. The Fell Reaver is now melee range of you, and it is its turn. It will try to beat the crap out of you by punching you and crushing you. How do you defend yourself?
I don't think anything I can do would stop anything. I guess Buhd would try to I guess he would try to roll out of the way. I don't know.
Sounds like a quick defense, okay.
I can't figure out a way that he'd be able to forcefully, unless he's forcefully rolling away.
No, but think of forceful like... you can have like a weird like... I'm trying to think of like a sense of... I can think of a moment in a Naruto filler to like describe what's happening, but that wouldn't really portray an accurate image. But you can try to like resist with your physical strength, because that's what forceful basically means, but up to you.
Can I maybe Buhd can chuck a rock to try and distract it? I don't know.
That's sneaky or clever.
To forcefully lift up a rock and throw it at it? To distract it?
Well, I'd still say sneaky or clever just because it has already begun the process of punching down, if that makes sense.
Okay, I guess at this point, Bud's trying to beat Mr. Physical Man then.
Sure.
He's out of options.
Give me a forceful.
Okay, alright. I'm dead.
How do you take 8 points of damage?
Let's see. 8 points of damage. I've already got my 6 consequence. 4 consequence. Was that 6?
With your 4, it would still be 4 more points of damage. Because 8 in total.
Oh, it's 8. Okay.
14 minus 6 is 8.
I'm trying to do my math. Because that's literally all of my...
I think basically... I think the only way you can take 8 damage at this point would be your level 4 consequence, your level 2 consequence, and your level 2 stress.
Yeah.
Okay.
But...
yeah, you are not looking good. If you remember that conceding is also a valid option, I guess. Your level 2 consequence will be that you are, I'll call it strained muscles, because yeah, you're trying to hold back a gigantic death machine. And
yeah.
And your level 4 consequence will be pretty much smashed. You fail to hold back the big, gigantic Fell Reaver as it crashes down on you. But in this moment of weakness, this is one of the trigger quote-unquote words I had in mind. You will see one of your ancestors once again. That I can't find for the life of me. Where on earth did I put them? Oh, right, I put them. Sorry. Yeah, you will see this guy. Feel free to roll me a clever if you care to identify him or not. But either way, he will say to you, "Fight back, Moarg. I've slain bigger beasts than this creature." As he knocks an arrow on his bow. If you care to identify him, feel free to roll me a clever. But if not, it's perfectly fine. Okay. Well, I think, yeah, that's your second cousin once removed, Crook the Slayer. That he came from Draenor way later than your tribe, and he always bragged to you and always taught you when you were a little Moarg about how he fought alongside Gru against big black dragons, and he's a legendary figure known for slaying creatures that are much bigger than him. So yeah, you definitely believe that this guy can take out a Fell Reaver, even though he's a hallucination. It's your turn.
Cousin, I'm so broken.
Keep it distracted while I knock out the killing blow.
Okay.
Well, actually give me a clever to see if he'll give you good or bad advice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it says. Keep it distracted while I ready the killing blow. That's its advice.
Okay.
You think you're so tough? You're nothing but a bunch of scrap metal. You are nothing to Buhd.
You see the Fell Reaver once again pull back, preparing to pummel you once again. It is your turn, your turn to act.
I think Buhd will chuck his literal cannon at the thing at this point.
Sounds like a forceful attack to me.
And I will definitely be...
I rolled the wrong thing here. He wouldn't oppose with a 7, he would oppose with 14. I'm sorry. I thought of 7 because your forceful is 7. That's why brain confused. Anyway, 4 to 14, I don't think there's a way for you to beat that.
Yeah, no, I figured. Even if I used all my fate points, I assume.
Yeah. Even if you got lucky with a reroll and then invested another 2 points, it wouldn't be enough.
Oof.
You throw your cannon at its leg and it bounces off harmlessly and rolls back to you because it's your stunt item and you can't lose it. And your second cousin says, "That's it, Moarg, that's it. I've almost lined up the shot."
I hate this.
Yeah. At this point it will be Tamo's turn, but I think he'll spend that turn GTFOing.
It's what Buhd would have wanted.
Yeah. It'll be the Fell Reaver's turn next, as it readies to strike. And your second cousin will say, "It's coming, get ready." And the Fell Reaver will prepare to strike once again.
Yeah. Buhd's kind of out of options again.
How do you defend yourself?
Don't think Buhd can defend himself here.
Well, you can't, but let's say for the sake of the narrative.
Or narrative. Yeah, I'd say Buhd just holds up his hands at this point to try and grab it or anything, punch it.
Give me a forceful.
Where's Khadgar?
Where is Khadgar?
Okay. So, you weakly try to lift up your arms, but all the broken bones and all the strained muscle, you can barely pull your hands above your head. And your second cousin encourages you, "That's it, get ready, I've almost lined up." And the fist comes down and you black out. Good news is you are not dead. Bad news is you are knocked out of the fight.
Okay.
And, well, something may happen to you. But let's check up on...
He'll be turned into a cyborg.
Cyborg Buhd.
I mean, he was fighting the Burning Legion, not the Ethereal, so at least there's that.
Well, they also have cyborgs, I guess.
Sure. So, going back to Benjamin, Bladebeard, and Lyri. If you remember, Benjamin, Myrna said, "Oh yeah, talk about that option with your comrades, blah blah blah, and come up with a code word and let me know all that."
Sure. So I guess I walk over to them.
Well, which one? Because I don't think Bladebeard and Lyri are together.
Oh, Lyri is with Satay, right?
Yep.
So I guess I'll go call Bladebeard since he's the one alone.
Yeah. You walk up to Bladebeard.
Come on, Bladebeard. Team meeting.
Alright. What's up?
Well, let's join Satay and Lyri, and we'll need to discuss a little something.
Alright.
Yeah. Satya has been teaching Lyri so far Like, her focus has not abated, but when she sees you guys approach, she say, "Oh, Bladebeard and Benjamin."
What is it?
Satea looks surprised.
Go away, I'm busy learning.
It's a little important.
Well, my learning is more important. Now shoo.
Well, I guess we'll just say it within earshot if you're acting. I don't know how you're acting. But, anyways, our
Do you need me for this?
No, they don't.
we do, but you know.
She looks at Bladebeard for the deciding vote.
What's going on, Benjamin?
Nothing. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go back to learning.
Got pushed it off. Well, seems our Blood Elven friend mentioned that her Blood Elf friends have like a magical lock-in on us and can teleport us to their location. And apparently they're willing to help us in our little endeavor. So
You should get your nose out of my business, Benjamin.
what's this got to do with your business? I mean, they have an interest in you, but they also have an interest in saving the ogres.
This is strictly my business. Now get out of it.
So is that a yes or a no?
Wait, so you know these blood elves? Says Satea.
Yeah.
Well, that's good news, right? Is it? I'm not sure anymore.
Well, after you teach me the sending spell, I'm going to be having talks with them alone.
Okay. You see Satea can't help herself and smiles from the corner of her mouth but tries to cover it up. No roll required, she's bad at lying. Well, shall we carry on then?
Yeah.
She looks at Benjamin Bladebeard with a "I'm sorry" look.
I think that's a pretty good plan if the dragon deal doesn't work. And I would prefer if we wait for Buhd and Tamal when they arrive.
Yeah, I agree, but all I'm asking is, should we keep this as a backup plan or not consider it at all?
Yeah, let's. Should we teleport right away once Buhd and Tamal arrive, or are we still believing that dragons good?
I mean, I say we keep talking to the dragons because honestly, the Blood Elves don't inspire much confidence.
I agree with you on that, says Satea. If you were still talking in earshot. If not, she wouldn't say that.
Yeah, we're still here.
Yeah. So, what's it gonna be then?
Let's not teleport to Blood Elves. For
At
now.
all, or just not right now?
Well, let's think positively. Let's say that the dragon thing is going to work, and we'll have them as allies, and then we can also ask Blood Elves if they also want to help.
I'm pretty sure they hate each other.
But we will unite them.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible.
I am very good at uniting people. Making people work together.
Are you aware that like the Blood Elves kind of destroyed this place and the dragons sort of hate them for it?
No, orcs. That was orcs. They destroyed Outlands. Right?
Well, whatever. Just don't make things worse for everyone.
At this point, Myrna will approach Benjamin and Bladebeard, probably much to the annoyance of Lyri.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she's not talking to Lyri, but rather to Benjamin and Bladebeard.
Am I still getting taught for all of this, or am I just having to
But you can tell that Satya is distracted.
Great. I guess Lyri will, tap her fingers on like the top of the skull to try and redirect her attention to it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She will start teaching you in earnest once again. Because Myrna will speak in Thalassian and Satya doesn't understand that language. Lyri you do, Bladebeard doesn't, Benjamin kinda does. But yeah, Myrna approaches you, Benjamin, and says, "Say, among the ogres, is there someone, an ogre with dark skin and a cannon?"
Why do you ask?
Oh, my superior's associates say that they have taken one as prisoner.
Well, that's our friend. That's Buhd.
Oh, excellent then. Then I'll relay that he should be taken to our meeting point, right?
Right.
Excellent then. Have you decided on a code word?
Well, not really, but let's keep it to a clap. How's that?
A clap? You know how that a clap is a semantic component in plenty of spells. You know that it's very easy to accidentally clap.
No, I wasn't aware, really.
Are all humans so magically inept?
Not really, no.
Can you believe this, Lyri? A clap? See, even she can't believe it, and she's shit at magic. Can't even see that mage isn't teaching her accurately.
Oh no, I know, but I haven't felt like calling around it yet.
Oh, very well. What do I know? It's not like I also know the sending spell and could teach it to you, if you ask nicely.
Do you?
Maybe.
Right. I'll take that as a no.
I do. She looks slightly indignant.
Is that how you're able to communicate with your superiors?
No. Let's leave it at that. She looks at Benjamin and says, "So, different signal?"
Wait, you could tell that she isn't teaching me the spell right. What exactly is she actually teaching me?
I wonder about that. I wonder if I should tell you.
I'll give you the skull if you tell me.
What use do I have for that?
Lyri just kind of shrugs.
Necromancy is a paltry way to gain power, Lady Lyri. I thought you of all people would know that.
What do you mean, necromancy? I'm just learning a sending spell.
Yes, but you tried to bribe me with a necromantic artifact.
Well, the person inside of it is an orc warlock. I thought maybe you'd be interested in... I don't know.
And the fact that he can still talk post-mortem is probably due to some necromantic magic. I'm not sure what I could possibly learn from that old relic. I'll teach you more spells if you stab this person, says the skull in your mind, Lyri.
To who?
Hmm?
About who?
About Myrna.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore that.
So, turning back to Benjamin, different signal?
Any ideas?
Are you asking the room or her?
The room, I guess.
She turns and looks at Bladebeard because he's closest. But Bladebeard, you have no idea what they're talking about.
Bladebeard is looking at the planets in the sky. He never saw something like that before.
Understandable.
It's weird.
Then she looks at Satea, who just stares back awkwardly, and then she looks at Lyri.
Benjamin, I need to borrow your orb after this.
Why is that?
Well, when I talk to the Blood Elves, I want to have more nice attire.
Well, don't they kind of like you already? I know, you know.
Right. I prefer to get off on the best foot, not just mediocrity.
Oh, believe me, you've already got mediocrity down to a science, dear.
Weren't you the one who got us caught by the Neverdrake?
Weren't you the one who cast an invisibility spell without keeping in mind that I had a warlock minion out?
You were the one who summoned the Warlock minion after I killed your first one.
Well, you're the one who vanished and allowed for us to be taken prisoner. I don't even know if Dracius is alive still.
Well, Dracius was the one who told me to continue on the mission.
No, he wouldn't.
What do you mean? You were there.
You're stupid.
You're stupid. Also, I need you to break this Warlock spell on me later. Thanks.
What?
Lyri just kind of dismissively said.
Warlock spell? What?
No, yes, I'm bound to an ogre warlock in the Badlands who's summoning me to do menial tasks.
After a 5-second pause, she will burst out laughing out loud. And will continue laughing for probably at least 30 seconds.
Bladebeard also laughs.
Satea says, why are we laughing?
I don't know.
Nothing. Just teach me the spell. Ignore these two.
Okay. She gives everyone weird looks. So, what's the signal again? Says Mirna, after she finishes laughing.
The signal is whenever I tell you the signal is.
Oh, you shut up. Code word. Mr. Human Person. You seem to be the smartest of your little group.
He's not.
And that's not saying much.
I was about to say thanks, but I guess I'll not. I guess he just kind of looks around for things to find an idea for a word. So he just says, dirt. Let's go with that.
You said dirt above board?
Yeah.
Okay. Very well, I suppose there isn't an accidental way we can say that. Dirt. Alright, everybody? If you hear that word, we'll be taken to safety. She says sort of out loud. Bladebeard, you have no idea what's going on.
But dirt in Thalassian, right?
Above board, yeah. Very well. I'll arrange with my superiors associates for the ogre to be delivered. Well,
Just say the Burning Legion.
she looks at you and says, "So are we playing all our cards face up then?"
Why not?
I thought you people would be too squeamish to even think of demons. You know you're nothing like your father.
Thanks.
You know, I think I'm reading some family drama in here.
No.
Not my family, thankfully. Well, dirt. If at any point we need to, remember dirt. She turns to walk away.
So, what was all that about?
Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
How long do you have left to learn this spell, Sateo?
Depends if we're gonna be disturbed any further. An hour at most.
Lyri looks very, very impatient. Can Lyri try and figure out what's going on with the spell again?
Not right now, but closer to the finish line, yes.
Okay. She has an idea what it might be, so I'm fine with that.
I doubt your idea is the same as mine, but I'm looking forward to it. Well, Benjamin or Lyri, do you answer Bladebeard's question?
Oh, sorry. Could you repeat that?
What were you all talking about?
Oh, we were just finishing up on the code word thing. But apparently they're sort of in cahoots with the Burning Legion.
Oh, they
With the
too?
dragons?
Oh, they too? Shit, says Satya.
I just want to go home. I hate it here.
Yeah,
And
me
why
too.
did you come out here?
To save you,
Why do I need to be saved?
because you're an idiot.
I've survived so far.
By the looks of it, barely.
Yeah, you'll notice that every time Lyri leans forward a little, she winces in pain from her broken ribs. Well, that was very tense. You guys remember that I can teleport us back home, right? To Stormwind?
Well, yeah, but so we still need to get Buhd and Buhd's ogres.
Oh yeah, I'm assuming Buhd is the one they call, right?
Yeah, which only puts us in a harder position. Now that I'm
Not really. I mean, I don't want anything to do with your business, but I have stuff.
So you don't care about Buhd or his ogres. Okay.
Not particularly, but I'm fine. Playing along. I have business with the elves.
Well, what sort of business?
Business of the most classified kind. I was hoping to report back to Quothalas, but with this sending spell, that shouldn't be an issue.
Well, I don't think these blood elves like Quel'Thalas much, do they?
I know. Take the hint, bozo.
That's rude, says Satya.
Well, you should stop acting so clownish.
I'm sensing a lot of unresolved tension here. Dude, I can maybe some...
Nope, you're gonna be teaching me this right here, right now.
Okay. Okay. She looks down sheepishly and continues teaching.
You know, Satya, you don't have to teach her. We can just beat her up and take the skull.
With the nether dragons watching, I'd rather not risk it.
She's a blood elf, they don't like her.
I mean, still, I wouldn't like to risk it.
Alright.
But maybe after we are out of this mess, I'm partial to beating her up.
Alright, great.
On this part of the spell, blah blah blah, she continues teaching you. Should we check up on good Captain Buhd?
Sure.
Is that
No,
In
but
Shadowland.
no, he probably wishes he was at this point.
Wait.
can I just real quick try to find out Satea's aspects again for the like 5th time unsuccessfully?
Sure, but give me a second to look up her sheet so I can tell you the difficulties.
Last time was 4, 6, 8. 4 for high concept, 6 for tertiary, and 8 for trouble.
And I think it'll be easier this time because you spent some time with her and all her concepts can be deduced more or less. Aspects, not concepts. 2 high concept, 4 tertiary, 6 trouble.
Alright.
So you can learn her high concept if you'd like.
What did you say? Trouble 6?
6.
Alright. Wait, can I get it? Yeah, I would have to have a critical success. You know what? We probably ain't gonna fight in this session, so I'm gonna add, how much do I need?
6, I said. You're at 3 currently.
Yeah, I'm gonna, first aspect I'm gonna invoke is, I can read people. That makes sense. And maybe I sailed all over the world? Would that apply here?
If you can justify it.
Well, he sailed all over the world and met all kinds of people. If it's something related to necromancy, maybe he heard something on his travels.
Sure. Sure, I'll accept it even though her trouble is unrelated to her necromancy. Her trouble is, as you spend more and more time with Satea, you realize this, she's a bit of a ditz. And you get a free invoke on it.
I'm sure I know what this is, but
Ditz.
maybe some of our audience members don't know, so what does that mean?
Very, like, not reckless, what's the word I'm looking for? Very, not carefree either. Someone who probably, like, doesn't pay attention very much, very clumsy. No, very clumsy. She's a very clumsy person, that's the best way to put it.
Alright. Yeah, maybe it was worth it, we'll see.
Who knows? Who knows?
Also, let's do the same thing for the dragons, if I may.
Sure. Are you looking for Mirris's aspects or the Nether Dragons?
Let's say just in general, just like a normal dragon.
Then give me a quick second, please. The generic Nether Dragons have 2 aspects. Actually 3. Yeah, 3. It's... Well, technically, since they're mooks, they don't have high concepts or troubles, but it's 6 for its first aspect, 4 for its second, 6 for its third.
Alright.
Doesn't necessarily mean that it's like useful, just that it's more difficult for you to learn. And with that roll, you do not learn.
Alright.
Okay. So shall we check up on Buhd?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. Buhd, you are knocked unconscious as you believe that your distant relative will get the killing shot on the Fell Reaver, but as you probably like sleep a dreamless sleep, you will be brought to where is, oh, there it is, to this beautiful place. And thank you once again for providing me the screenshot. More or less. Yeah. And you will be just like unceremoniously dropped on the ground as you start waking up and see demons of all kinds around you. Mostly they're like attending to their business, but you see at least some of them, especially imps, look at you with curiosity. One of the imps throws a dirt ball at you and cackles at you.
Rude.
Yeah. And after, what do you do? Because like for a couple minutes nobody will come to like talk to you as you're in the middle of this demonic encampment, but for surprisingly still alive and not harmed, at least not directly.
Isn't Bud have like several broken bones?
Yep.
Yeah, Bud's in a lot of pain. I don't think he's in a very talking and moving mood right now. I think he's groaning. He's laying on the ground. He's looking around. It's not looking great. He thinks he's on death row at this point.
Mm-hmm. And after a little bit of time, once I put them on screen, this lovely individual will approach you. And they will walk up to you and give you a hard kick, sort of like to wake up. What are you doing here, creature?
Trying to get inside Dome
Why?
for safety.
Well, you have clearly failed in that task. Tell me, what do you know of this area, creature? Answer my questions.
It full of demons and aerials
And why are you here?
to save ogres.
What ogres?
My people were taken by aerial men.
The ones in the dome?
Is that where they are?
I ask the questions here, creature.
I don't know where they are.
He like takes a few steps, like circling around you, and he like prods you with his boot and says, "Can you stand, creature?"
Bud will try to stand up.
Give me a forceful. It will take you a while. The Erodar gives you a hard kick to the ribs. Pathetic. Tell me, what do you know of the elves of the region?
I don't know much.
Why have they requested that I spare your life?
Elves want Bud spared?
Answer my questions, creature.
I don't know.
He gives you another kick. Answer my questions, creature.
I don't know why they want Bud spared.
Shall I hand you over to the Inquisitors to flay your mind? It's a simple question, creature. Why would the elves want me to spare you?
Maybe friends are with elves? I don't know.
What friends?
My friends from Azeroth.
You're from Azeroth.
Yes.
How did you get here?
Magic dust.
Explain.
Ethereal give dust. Dust can bring Buhd and friends here.
I thought you've said the ethereal took your ogres. Do not attempt to lie to me, creature.
There was a friendly ethereal. He got smushed.
He paces around you once more and says, "Why should I spare your life, creature? What use are you to me?"
It was strong.
Clearly not.
Ethereal's big and stronger than Buhd. But Buhd is strong.
Again, why should I spare your life? Just on the whim of my allies. You have not provided sufficient reasoning for your continued existence, creature. He gives you, seeing your hesitation to answer, he gives you another kick. This time to the leg. How long are you going to keep me waiting for an answer, creature? I am not known for my patience.
I'm good at lifting things.
He sighs.
I'm strong.
He sighs and says, "Is that sufficient reason to spare your life? Just because you're good at lifting things? Just because my allies would like your life to be spared? I'd much rather hear you scream in agony. I rarely get the chance to torture ogres anymore."
Mm-hmm. You would gain enemies by hurting Buhd.
Oh? Explain.
Buhd has many friends.
Go on.
Dragons, Khadgar. My crew. They would find you and fight you.
You said you arrived from Azeroth via some magic dust that an ethereal provided you. Where on Azeroth did you come from, creature?
Stormy wind.
What was an ogre doing in a city of humans?
I was invited there by Khadgar.
Can you give me a flashy? And what is your relationship to Khadgar?
We are friends.
Explain.
I help fight and repel at Buhd Bay. Your demons.
My demons? I never even heard of this Buhd Bay place, creature.
Well, we fight and we win.
And you hope to do so again?
Buhd is not going to be able to beat you. Buhd knows this. But friends could.
So I should keep you alive to spare me the wrath of your friends. I don't see that as sufficient reasoning, creature.
But not scared.
The way I see it, my armies are about to overwhelm the Stormspire, and then we will grant whatever assistance the Sun Fury require, or we will destroy them and consume their souls as we deem fit, and then we will move on to the next world and the next world until we arrive at Azeroth once again. And, well, when we arrive at Azeroth, I promise I will personally deal with this Khadgar friend of yours. Or do you have a different scenario in mind, creature?
You make enemies out of everyone, and you lose. You get allies from everyone, and you win.
Give me a clever. Spoken like a foolish moronic ogre, as is your species' wont. Very well, ogre creature. If you're so good at lifting things, go and assist with loading the cannons, will you? Get a move on.
I guess Bud would get up slowly and painfully.
And he would kick you in the direction of the cannons. And you would see him walk away to a different part of this invasion point.
Yeah, I guess Bud would start loading the cannons into the cannon. He'd take a bit to inspect on how to do that, but
you'd walk up to one of the fell cannons, and there's a Moarg overseer supervising that their proper use, and he just stares at you as you approach, and he barks something in demonic at the Gnarg who are firing the cannons, and the Gnarg what's the word for when you use your hand to urge someone to come closer?
I think I know what that gesture is, but I don't know the name for it.
Sure.
Beckon?
Yeah, they beckon you. Do you approach the Gnarg?
Yeah, Bud would weakly go over there. He's wincing in pain, but moving, forceful.
Can you give me a clever to see if you know what the hell they're saying? They bark at you in demonic and you don't understand the words, but they gesticulate enough for you to get that, okay, you're supposed to pick up those big spherical balls and load them in this chamber, and the Gnarg will take care of aiming and locking on, and etc. etc.
Okay, I think Bud would, load up the cannon as directed.
Once you touch the cannonball, it feels like fire. It is almost literally on fire. Do you still proceed to load the cannons?
I think Bud would force himself to at this point.
Can you give me a forceful to see if you manage? You are too weak at this point with that roll, as you probably drop the cannonball, and the Gnarg comes at you and sticks his finger in your face and yells at you and probably gives you a slap. He seems very frantic.
I don't understand you.
He slaps you and indicates the cannonball and says, Atusha, Arach!
But I guess would try to lift the cannon and try and put it back in.
Give me another forceful.
Really?
I think you would collapse from exhaustion, honestly.
Yeah.
With that critical fail. And the last thing you'd see as you start losing consciousness is the tiny Gnarg coming to slap you and try to stir you awake. And behind him you'll see the ghost of Imperator Gara shaking his head at you in disappointment. Shall we check up on Benjamin, Bladebeard, and Lyri?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. A couple minutes later, Myrina will approach you again, Benjamin, but she looks slightly frantic this time. Are you with us, Thompshire?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have something you can provide my superior's associates? They aren't particularly willing to let your ogre go.
Like my soul or something? Is that what you Burning Legion people like?
I'm not one of you. I'm not a Burning Legion people. but, well, a sufficiently large soul, perhaps, or multiple souls, or...
That was a joke.
She looks at you deadpan, and she says,
Can anyone else hear this?
if you care to listen and if Benjamin is in earshot, sure. But she's speaking in Thalassian.
You could always use those ogres that were moved over here.
Oh, do you have a way to give those ogres over to my superior's associates?
If we get them out of the Ethereal's hands, then sure.
The whole point we came here is to save them.
I thought the whole point you came here was to save me.
I'm starting to get tired of blood elves.
Look, I know I stated that your ogre friend would be at the meeting, but unless there's something you can provide that would compensate my superior's associates, they don't seem willing to let go.
Well, and what could we people provide that doesn't involve murdering anyone or selling them off to whoever?
Services, souls, sufficiently powerful magical artifacts, information, I don't know.
Bladebeard has a couple magical artifacts.
Who's Bladebeard?
I point to the dwarf.
Oi, dwarf, she says in Thalassian. So Bladebeard doesn't understand.
Bladebeard,
I?
would you be willing to part with any of your artifacts?
What artifacts?
The fancy things you carry with you that do
Yep.
infinity magic things.
You want a card? Want to pull a card?
No, I
Come
don't.
on, Benjamin.
Look, can you just hear me out?
Fine.
The Burning Legion doesn't want to let Buhd go unless we provide them with something.
Give her the book.
I think that kind of sets them on fire or something, but I'll mention it. No, I take the book out of my bag. How's this?
Myrna inspects it and says, yes, I believe they would take special joy in corrupting that.
So is that enough?
I don't know. I'll mention it and relay it, but do you have anything else just in case that's not enough?
Anything else, Bladebeard?
Why are we giving her magical artifact?
Because otherwise they'll not give Buhd away.
Oh. Alright, I'm not gonna give her this, because I stole that from her. Maybe give her the skull that Lyri has.
She didn't seem too interested in that earlier.
Lyri, if you're paying attention, you would hear that.
Okay.
How's that skull thing for your friends? I'm like pretty sure it talks, so maybe it has some nice information.
Oh,
I
you're
don't know.
saying that to Myrna. I thought you were saying that to
Yeah,
Lyri.
yeah.
I would need to know more about the history of the individual the skull belonged to. If that individual was a foe of the Burning Legion, I'm sure they'd take pleasure in torturing them. If that individual is particularly powerful, I'm sure they could use it, but...
Well, I'm sure you can ask Lyri about that, because I'd rather not touch it.
She yells at Lyri in Thalassian, who did that skull belong to?
Garthok.
Is that Zelris misremembering or Lyri not caring about the name?
I don't know, either.
Sure. that, and she turns back to Benjamin, that doesn't ring a bell, but obviously I don't know all the people of interest in both the worlds. I'll name drop the name, I suppose, and see if they care. Above board, I'm gonna roll d20 to see if Garfuk is someone or not.
What was his name again?
Garuk.
Gurg, of course.
Okay. I'll keep that to myself for now as to what that roll means for Gartuk. Okay. She says, but turning back to Benjamin, so shall I relay that to, well, down the chain and see if that's sufficient?
Well, I think so.
There's nothing else you'd be willing to part with?
Anything else, Bladebeard?
What's going on? What's going on, Benjamin?
I've told you 2 times already. If we don't,
Someone has Buhd.
Yeah, the Burning Legion has Buhd,
The Burning Legion has Buhd.
and they don't want to part with him unless we give them some gifts or whatever.
Or why don't we just fight them and free Buhd?
Do you intend on taking the whole Burning Legion on? The demons.
I bet I can convince them.
How will you convince them?
Come on, tell them to talk with me. All right.
Well, they no doubt they speak common, I guess.
They can speak common. I spoke with a demon in common.
Well, but the message is relayed through someone who doesn't speak common.
Can she bring us to the demons?
That sounds like a death wish.
I mean,
Wait,
are we going to rescue Buhd or not?
At some point with one of your thingies.
I'm not going to give anything to the Burning Legion.
Well, you were just now suggesting you give away all our lives to the Burning Legion by teleporting to them.
No, we would destroy them and take Buhd. I fought against demons before, Benjamin.
Well, we fought against a little group of demons in Azeroth. Not in like a demon-infested place.
Well, the dragon is going to find Buhd and bring it here, right?
Well, he tried that once and he failed. What's to say he won't fail again? And what's to say a dragon can even defeat whatever forces?
Benjamin, are you suggesting I pull a card?
I am not suggesting you pull a card, Bladebeard.
I don't know, it sounds like you are. Maybe I'll get something magical that can teleport Buhd here.
Or
What do you mean pull a card? What do you mean pull a card?
Shut up.
Wait, you promised me a card.
What is wait, what are these cards?
it's a metaphor.
A metaphor?
No, it isn't.
What is how long do we have left in the spell? Satya, whatever your name
We're
is.
close, about 20 minutes.
Okay, we can talk about these cards later.
You ain't getting a card.
You promised me one.
Yeah. You're gonna get a card. So there.
And the skull.
Yes.
Mary then pats the skull on the head again to remind her.
Yes, right. So, after you blah 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 blah.
Oak guy, your name's Garthun or whatever, right?
Garuk. But
Garuk.
I think giving the Burning Legion a fake name is most amusing.
Yes. I'm not actually suggesting you be given to the Burning Legion. Wait, yeah, the Burning Legion. Huh? Anyway, any idea on what she's doing with the spell? I feel like she's wiretapping it somehow so she can hear it on everything we talk about, but I'm not entirely sure.
No, it's a bit more harmless than that. Well, I guess it could be harmful.
In what way? How can it be more harmful but less harmful than wiretapping our conversations?
I think it would be more fun if you discover it by yourself.
It wouldn't put the recipient of the sending spell in any danger, would it?
Depends on who they're sending to, I suppose.
You suppose?
Yeah. I think it would be really funny.
I don't think it would be funny.
Well, I think it will.
Okay. I'll see if you feel the same way in 20 minutes' time.
Feel free to roll me another clever Lyri
Okay.
with your stunt applying.
4.
You don't get any further insights, and you will learn the slightly different sending spell.
That's fine. I'm sure Lyri can reverse engineer it at one point later in the future.
Probably. Yeah. Myrna is still staring at Benjamin and Bladebeard.
Alright, Benjamin, tell her that if they kill Buhd, they're gonna have to face the full wrath of Captain Bladebeard.
I don't think threatening the Burning Legion is a good idea.
What else can we do? Pull a card?
Why do we need Buhd?
Shut up, Lyri, okay? I've had enough of you for today.
Yeah, next word you say, I'll shoot you.
Well, no, she has to say words. It's part of the teaching process to properly learn the spell.
Alright. Next time you say something annoying, I'll shoot you.
Lyri just kind of gives him a meh face.
Trouble in paradise, says Myrna and Tolassian. To Benjamin, she says that. Well, so is it just the book and the skull? I mean, that might be enough. It also might not.
Well, can't they just say that's not enough and we'll go from there?
I suppose. Though, my superiors' associates are not people we enjoy bugging, let's say. But very well, I will convey the message. Is that all right?
Yeah.
She nods and moves away. If you were to look at her, you will see that she seems to be speaking to the tattoo, and then she takes she appears to be just staring off into nowhere for several seconds, as if she's hearing someone say something back to her, if that makes sense. It looks somewhat different from the sending spell, and it's probably not the sending spell. It's probably more related to the tattoo she has.
In the meantime, I sort of get closer to Bladebeard. What was the name of that demon again that you sort of hung up on?
I don't think he ever said his name.
Yeah, he never said his name above board.
Yeah, me and him are buddies. Tell that to your demon friends.
Right.
See, even demons can be reasoned with. I managed to convince him to destroy Zugalga's fleet and free Booty Bay.
I don't think they did.
Yeah, they
And if
said...
they destroyed their fleet, they probably killed most of our friends, which they probably didn't, but...
I don't know, we'll have to go to Booty Bay and see.
Benjamin? Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
You receive a sending message from Kyrie.
Okay.
She says, wait, that's a lot of information to take in. Who would enslave ogres in Stormwind? And Ethereals, are they related to the guys we... Message cuts off.
There. Can you write that?
Yeah, I'll paste that in our little Discord chat. There you go. While you think of your response, shall we check up on Buhd?
Yeah.
Sure.
Buhd, as you are still passed out, you will once again... Your passing out will probably last for like several minutes only, and you'll probably wake up to the Gnarg still like trying to smack you in the face awake. But you will eventually see, well, right as you wake up actually, you will see the Gnarg apparently run away from something. As, well, this familiar figure approaches once again. Stand up, ogre.
Buhd would try to get up.
Give me another forceful. Better, but you're still in a very bad shape. It doesn't kick you this time. He doesn't kick you this time and says, "What is the value of your soul, creature? Who are you?"
I am Captain Buhd, also known as Morg.
And who are you? Who do you belong to? What are your achievements? What is your soul worth?
I belong to no one. But I have bested my ogres before, and I have fought demons, dragons, even worse dragons.
And have you prevailed?
Yes.
He once again circles you again. He says, "How much do you care about the sanctity of your world, creature?"
I like my world.
Have you ever heard of... What's the way Zelris mispronounced Garuk's name? Gultuk? I don't remember. Either way, the demon would say, let's go with that. Have you ever heard of Gultuk the Mighty? No, how could you not? He is perhaps the greatest warlock your pathetic race has produced. And he did it with just one head, too. But it's up to you if you've heard of that name or not.
I don't think Buhd knows who the heck that is.
Sure. Is your soul equivalent to Gultuk the Mighty?
Yes.
What is your soul worth again, creature? He like grabs you by the chin and like forces you to look him in the eye. Explain what is your soul worth, or I'll feed you into the fell cannon as ammunition. In detail.
My soul is worth many.
What does that mean? Many rats? Many dragons?
Many ogres, many people.
Ugh. Why?
I am strong and I have a lot of spirit.
Can you give me a flashie? The way I see it, you just look like a pathetic weakling that happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. He looks you up and down and says, "Very well, we shall release you into the custody of the elves."
Okay.
and he barks something in demonic at the Gunarg and Moarg, who nod in agreement, and he will say, "Make ready, creature. I'll teleport you after I've relayed the news."
Okay.
Okay. Shall we briefly return to Benjamin, Bladebeard, and Lyri?
Yeah.
First off, Thompshire, do you have a reply for Kyrie?
Yeah, I do.
Can you please?
Okay. Lots of bad things happened and are still happening in Stormwind. Too much to tell in 25 words.
That's all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Back to the Nether Dragon place. Teeironor will once again awkwardly approach you, Benjamin. And Bladebeard,
Okay.
but yeah. And she will say, "My superior's associates have agreed in exchange for specifically that, indicating the skull. Apparently, you've captured the essence of some ancient ogre warlock or something."
Huh. Quite the catch then.
Ogre?
Do I get to keep the book then?
Yes, they were much more interested in the skull. The book was... Well, I wasn't I frankly wasn't capable of providing an accurate description of it, so they have very little interest in it, but they are very interested in the skull of this ancient ogre warlock. And yes, dear St. Lyri, I said ogre. That it's a bit... I think it's a bit small for it to be an ogre, but she shrugs.
Hey, you're an ogre?
No, but I find the concept hilarious.
I mean, could he possess a demon body?
That's what I was thinking about too, and I think it could work out. Though, I may need a way to disguise my magical essence. Can the trade be delayed for a little bit while I conceive of a spell to properly disguise myself?
Can the trade be delayed a little bit?
What? Why?
I need time to polish the skull.
I really don't think I really don't think they will care.
I mean, it's only Buhd. We can delay it a little bit, right?
She looks at Benjamin. It's your ogre.
Our ogre.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Above board, Lyri wants to, quote, polish the skull before handing it over and needs more time for it.
I mean, sure.
Okay, I'll tell them that we'll be slightly delayed. Don't know how they'll take that.
I'm sure Buhd has something that he can do while waiting. Maybe throw some cannonballs for them. Pick some stuff up, put it down.
Well, she looks amused, but says, "Well, again, it's your ogre, not ours."
Fair.
I think also, by the way, Lyri, at this point, Satya would finish teaching you the sending spell.
Lyri will now know the sending spell, although she's very suspicious of it. In fact, she'll also say in Thracian, "Benjamin, this sending spell is rigged, you know that, right?"
Huh?
The sending spell is rigged with something, right? You know that, right?
It's rigged?
Well, yes, this person is teaching me a bad spell that won't... It has some kind of hidden effect.
And I didn't notice?
Well, I assume not. I'm telling you right now because I figured it out and I want you to know that If anything happens to me after I use the sending spell, then it's...
Well, I've already used it a bunch of times.
Wait, she taught you the sending spell? Who are you calling?
Kyrie.
The dragon?
Yes.
And does stuff seem okay with the dragon?
For now.
Above board, are you talking about this after Myrna has gone away or before?
Is Myrna not... Okay, after, I guess.
Okay, that you go away to relay that part of the conversation. You guys go ahead.
Anyway, that's good to know that the person is okay. Right. By the way, how are you going to explain this to Satea? Or do I even know her name? I think I do, right? Someone said it.
Well, she's been pretty vocal with her allegiance to the Silvermane, so...
You understand that I'm not too thrilled about handing a skull over to someone who wants to destroy a city with zombies, right?
Well...
For obvious reasons. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know, she's Bladebeard's girlfriend, I guess. Maybe you can, fix her. I don't know.
We also promised the skull for the Burning Legion, so...
Look, I'm trying to, save Buhd first.
I'm trying to... Actually, Lyri will use the sending spell right now.
Okay.
She will be calling one of the, I guess, hired security guards or whatever, the, what do you call, the kind of person? I guess, a retainer, I suppose. She's basically going to be sending it to, someone who is, who does, security work for the Ember Sorrows and send a little message over.
Okay. I would recommend for our viewers that you say your message out loud after you're finished writing it.
Okay, let me just go read it.
Sure.
Okay, I wrote something...
Can you guys hear me? Because I think...
Yeah.
Okay,
I wrote something the other day. I'll read it out.
Okay.
Wounded in Neverstorm, ethereal materials that damage my connection to Sunwell are creating automatons out of Sunfury. Extracting confidential information from Sunfury. High security risk. That's 25 words exactly. And she'll be sending that to that person.
You hear a reply. You're extracting... Why would you say that about yourself? That's not very nice. Who is this? Is this you, Lady Lyri? What is this spell? Who? Message cuts off.
Okay, that's not really the answer I wanted to hear, but...
Can you also type out the message?
It's in Discord.
Okay.
I put it in Discord already.
Okay. Yeah. I got you. You hear Garuk snicker in your mind. Nothing.
Why? Why are you snickering? I could hand you over to that necromancer right now. If I wanted to.
Give me a forceful.
Okay.
But then you would lose your only negotiating advantage with the good old Burning Legion, would you?
I don't care about the ogre. He can die for all I care. Lyri will, I guess, pick the skull up and hold it in front of her.
Right. No need to get hasty. You see Satea's eyes widen as she extends her arms.
Lyri extends her hands even further, waiting for a response from the skull.
Alright, I will tell you. The version of the spell, well, only the first 20 words are relayed. The last 5 words are replaced automatically with "I am a dum-dum."
What? Lyri kind of like pulls her hands back with the skull in it. You lied to me.
What are you talking about? You promised me that.
This spell is faulty.
Whatever do you mean? You see the corner of her mouth, like, smile.
The last 5 words. Did that ring a bell?
So you figured out that part out, did you?
Mm-hmm. Benjamin, what have you been telling the dragon?
Oh, do you say that in common?
Yeah.
Oh, I taught him the correct version of the spell.
Is that why it's so long?
That's good. I thought you'd like.
Benjamin, she told me a faulty version of the. You know what?
I'll admit that sounds slightly funny, but yeah, it's not cool. Yeah.
Well, you're not getting the skull. I'll just be called back to the ogres in the Badlands. Bye. Lyri just kind of stands up and waves and puts the skull back in her bag.
We had a deal, Blood Oath. Even if the spell is flawed, it's still functional.
Right.
I can destroy you right here and now if you don't hand that over.
How about you destroy the thing that's connecting me to the ogre in the Badlands? I mean, I'm gonna escape via him if you don't. Smile.
Why do I care about that?
Because I'm going to be escaping now.
She charges up a shadow bolt.
Benjamin, can you stop her?
Stop, please.
Okay, we are now in initiative order. Benjamin goes first.
I won't do anything. I just said stop, and then I'll turn to Bladebeard. Bladebeard, make her stop, please.
Bladebeard, actually, explain to me, what does pulling a card mean, Bladebeard? We're all really interested in that earlier.
Give up the skull, Lyri. You had a deal with Satea.
I also have a deal to save Buhd with a skull, so...
Well, that's your problem then.
Bladebeard's turn currently.
I'm not quite sure what you mean, Bladebeard.
Benjamin, pull a card.
No thank you. I don't want to die.
I pulled 3 cards and I didn't die.
What does pulling a card mean?
Take the chances.
Explain.
It's metaphorical. Don't worry about it.
Well, can you pull a card to get Satea off me?
No, I've got no cards.
Hand the skull over and we will resolve this amicably. I'd even be willing to teach you the correct version of the spell.
I could backwards engineer my own version of the spell now that I know it in full. I don't need you anymore.
Hand over the skull now. Still Bladebeard's turn.
Oh, my turn. Lyri, if you don't give her the skull in 3 seconds, I'm gonna shoot you. 1, 2.
It's your turn. I can't do anything.
No, you can. You can't. You're not allowed to do anything combat-wise, but you are allowed to roleplay.
Okay. Lyri, I guess, will take a step forward. Hey,
3.
Skoll, do you want to help me with something?
I shoot Lyri.
Okay. Sounds like a forceful attack. It's not sneaky because you announced it.
Sure.
It's not quick either because you can't hit the frame.
Yeah. Lyri, how do you defend yourself?
She'll duck. A head down.
Give me a quick defense. You gain an advantage. What would you like your advantage to be called? Also, since we're in combat, Benjamin, would you like your divine shield?
He already has it on the side,
like
doesn't he?
some stray shot goes my way. Be useful.
To answer your question, yes, it's already written on screen, but only because I forgot to remove it from last session.
Oh, okay.
So, what's your advantage, Zelris?
I guess... ready feet, because she's ready to do anything. And she's quick on her feet.
Okay. Satea's turn. What's your posture, Lyri? Like, your body language will dictate her action.
Well, she's kind of looking at Bladebeard furiously right now, so she kind of looks confrontational at Bladebeard, but she did take a step forward, so I don't know, it's a bad interpret.
Okay, she doesn't like that you're mean-mugging Bladebeard, so she will shadowbolt you. How do you defend yourself?
She will, I guess, hearing the spell come, she will again quickly try and dodge out of the way.
Give me a quick.
Will the Skoll at least assist me? This is unfair.
Yeah, it will. It will. So no advantage for Satea. Your turn.
Benjamin, can you kind of Larry gestures the whole like scenario unfolding?
Please hand over the skull and never look at Bladebeard that way again.
Give her the skull, Lyri.
Bladebeard, what about Buhd?
What about Buhd?
What about him?
Well, the skull is our way to not have him killed, or worse.
Wait, what's that about? What does the skull have to do with rescuing Buhd? Says Satea.
Well, the Burning Legion wants it in exchange for Buhd's safety.
Is everyone looking at Benjamin right now?
Satea is not dumb enough to take her eyes off of you.
Okay.
But Bladebeard, who knows?
Let's say Bladebeard is dumb enough to take his eyes off of you.
Okay, Larry's gonna try and sneak away, but since Satea's looking at her, she's not gonna. Larry will just kind of stand there sheepishly. You know, Benjamin, we could say the magic word right now. Right? Benjamin? The magic word?
And what, be framed as blood elves and get mauled by demons and blood elves?
And dragons.
And dragons, yes.
Yeah, but again, I'll be whisked off to the Badlands by that time, so...
Yeah, and everyone else will die. Wonderful.
Well, I've already said how I feel about that. If you truly value the life of me and Buhd, you'll stop these two right now. If you don't, then I guess I'll get everyone killed. Your choice,
I'll at least make sure you die first if you don't cease. Says Satea. Satea is unaware of like the whole Cold War thing, so...
Bladebeard, do you really not care if Buhd dies? Is that it?
We will save him from the demons.
How? Just tell me how.
We'll give them Lyri's skull.
But they don't want Lyri's skull, they want the ogre or whatever is inside the skull.
What if I talk with my associates and they talk with Satea realizes she may have said too much.
No, I'm done dealing with the Silvermane, okay?
What Silvermane?
Yeah, right.
Larry is just keep on slowly backing away from people.
Satea looks like she's about to charge another shadow bolt.
Hey Benjamin, why don't you keep talking to her? Come on, Benjamin. In fact, Bladebeard, look. In the heat of the action, why don't you pull a card, whatever that means, huh?
I will fucking behead you.
Pull your trump card, Is that what this is? A code word?
If you kill Lyri, your boss will be very angry, because they're related.
Who?
Who do you say that to?
To Satea.
Oh yes, I'm related to the Silvermane boss, and to the, to these blood elves here, who are related to the demons, so... You could kill me. Oh,
wait, you're related to Clovis? Shit.
Clovis is in charge of the Silvermane now?
Well, I don't know who is in charge. I mean, who it's him. Look, I'm not in on everything. I just know who is in charge of me. Okay?
Huh. Okay. I thought you'd know more about them, but I guess not.
All right. Lyri, give the skull to the Burning Legion and give something else to Satea.
Okay.
What, something else?
I don't know. What do you got?
Nothing. Give you a gun.
How about if at any point you were to, for whatever reason, perish, I get to use your corpse. I've already signed such a contract with Captain Bladebeard. I assure you it's perfectly harmless. Well, while you're alive anyway.
Mary kind of looks over to Benjamin.
I just shrug.
Fine, a verbal contract. I'm not signing anything in paper.
It will be a signed contract in arcane magic.
No.
Then how am I supposed to expect that you would keep up your end of the bargain?
I don't have to.
Well, then I perhaps don't have to let you leave this place alive either.
The ogres will be calling me any second now, all the way from the Badlands. Bye-bye.
It's 2 a.m. on Azeroth. They're asleep.
You don't know, they have good work ethic.
Don't they say that evil never sleeps or something of the sort?
Enemy never sleeps.
Just an above-board reminder, currently it is Lyri's turn.
Yep. And she's trying to talk away out of this in her turn of what people...
I think that Lyri is bluffing Satea. There are no ogres summoning her.
I don't care if she is bluffing or telling the truth or whatever. I just want what was rightfully agreed upon that, well, she provide. Again, I am willing to teach you the correct version of the spell if you just hand it over.
Just sign the contract for your body.
Or that.
But I don't want to.
Then I will kill you. And use your body
Okay.
anyway.
Oh, Marina, come over here. Marina!
She has been paying attention all the while, by the way. She just decided not to directly get involved. And she'll say, I have no idea what you people are talking about. Above board, she doesn't speak common.
Yeah. Marina, this individual over here, do you think maybe does anything on her look good enough to be given to the Burning Legion?
You're indicating Satea?
Yeah.
She looks at Satea and says, the staff, I suppose?
Okay. Well, thank you for your input. By the way, could you break this, ogre curse on me at some point? Else I'd be whisked away to the Badlands without any, help.
If you say please.
Please.
Then I might.
Might? I thought you took special interest in me.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't do for the one Lady Oscuri has taken such a keen interest in to be whisked away randomly, so very well, I will, provided I don't get a shadow bolt flung at me, indicating Satea.
Well, she wants me to sign away my soul via an arcane contract. Is there any way I can forge that? And
Forge that, no. Break that and subvert that, probably. But also, Benjamin, you hear this.
And how difficult would it be to break that contract?
Depends if the other party was diligent enough in filling in their loopholes, I suppose.
I mean, she's a dirty necromancer. Probably not.
Still, dirty or not, Kel'Thuzad was also a necromancer, and he was one of the greatest magic users ever known. So
What if I dispose of her after I sign the contract? Will it be null and void?
depends on the conditions of the contract. If she has, well, I guess she's a necromancer. Does she have a phylactery ready somewhere?
No clue. I don't even know this woman. But what I do know is that she wants to take that skull from me by force. She fancies it for herself, but I won't allow it.
She sighs and says, "Look, my superior's associates are really not ones you want to renegotiate with."
Exactly, so I'm not giving it to her, but...
Look, I have no stakes in this conflict of yours. It's not my ogre. I'm just telling you, if you keep messing with my superior's associates, they...
I'm well aware.
Above what she was also, like, looking at Benjamin when she said that, like, not just saying that to Lyri.
Hey, Benjamin. Benny boy.
Yeah.
Okay, how do I make this quick? Let me just knock her out.
Look, if we knock out Bladebeard's girlfriend, Bladebeard's gonna attack us, and then we're gonna attack Bladebeard, then someone's gonna get killed.
No, we just knock out Bladebeard as well.
And you think you can do that in your state?
Maybe with your help. I mean, I could just say the code word and make everyone go to the elves.
So that's it now. You're threatening me. Is that it?
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to be in this situation with these people. Apart from my fellow Cinderai, that is. But I have no stakes with what happens here.
Go to your promised land of purple dust or whatever.
Well, I have the skull. Maybe I'll go with the elves and rescue Buhd, and you guys can stay here.
Be my guest. Come on. Go.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
Marina, teleport me to the Blood Elves. I'll give them the skull.
She looks at Benjamin, not saying anything. Lyri, can you give me a clever of your stunt applying, just so if you know a piece of information? Okay, you would not know that piece of information. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's fine.
So Myrna looks at Benjamin and says, "I'll be frank. She's far more valuable to us than the rest of you. But I'll also be frank and say we're not willing to jeopardize a potential alliance yet. Please solve this issue."
Benjamin, subdue Satea right now.
Look, I'm not your.
Also, give me that orb.
Okay.
I'll need it later. Thank you. What did you say? Sorry, I was too busy talking over you.
Can you stop acting like this just for once?
For once? I'm acting like this because I'm the one who wants to save Buhd, but apparently you guys want him to die.
Well, and if I attack Satea, I'll probably be the one dying. Or you. Or your blood elven friend.
Listen, Marina, this seems bad. I'm still friends with Benjamin and I guess Bladebeard, and Lyri kind of gestures to Bladebeard, but I really don't want to lose the skull and incur the wrath of the Legion.
Very well. So what's your point?
In fact, Benjamin, come here. How about we go and save Buhd, and these two can stay here.
I don't particularly trust Bladebeard to handle the Blood Elf issue.
What Blood Elf issue?
Well, they think Bladebeard's a blood elf, and they're eat him or something.
He'd probably taste bad. He'll be fine.
Bleeby, what on Azeroth are they talking about, says Satya.
I have no idea.
Hey, we're in on this conversation too, you know.
No, you're not. Lyri then goes back.
Can we continue fighting?
No, that's precisely why we're talking. We shouldn't be fighting.
Please.
Why didn't you pull out your trump card and maybe I want to fight you again? Show me something really worth fighting against. That gunshot you fired earlier was pathetic.
Look, there is a non-violent way to solve this issue. Again, either hand over the Skoll or sign over the contract, or if you have any alternative means of compensation, I'm all ears.
Benjamin, what do you have? Benjamin, what do you have?
I have a holy book that probably sets
Don't let that
Satya
touch
on
me.
fire.
Don't let that touch me.
Okay.
Do you have like a nice rock you found out here?
A nice what?
A rock, maybe a crystal.
No.
You know, maybe we can all right. Marina, how valuable are these people? Do we really need them?
I'm not at liberty to decide that, I'll be frank. My superiors don't want a potential alliance to be jeopardized, but they do value your life more than theirs.
Okay. Well, Benjamin, I'll give you this one last time. Please, stop Satya.
Look, just sign over your body. Your soul will be fine, right?
Why would I do that? Why would I do that, Benjamin? Why haven't you signed over your body? Why can't I give them your soul on the line,
Well, because the soul is yours, and it will still be yours according to the contract, right? It's just your body.
Well, I'm already in one bad contract right now. I don't want to get another one, right?
Well, maybe the conflict will rid you of both. Have you considered that?
It is possible, but I doubt the necromancer had your informant to the ogre warlock in mind when writing her contract. Says Garuk in your mind, Lyri.
Garuk, what do you think I should do?
I do not want to be given over to that necromancer.
I don't
As
want
for the arcane contracts, given enough time, I'm sure there will be we can find ways to break it or subvert it.
If I kill her, can I subvert the contract?
Possibly. It might... If she is immortal and or a lich, that wouldn't particularly help unless you destroy the phylactery. It might also cause you problems when you cross over into the Shadowlands, but I guess that's another issue.
The what? Well, anyway.
Never mind, it's a silly place.
Okay. Maybe I should take something of hers to keep her from making a bad contract. Lyri will put the skull back. Wait, no, the skull's already in her bag. Lyri will, I guess, approach Satya slowly.
She eyes you warily.
Let me see this contract.
She sighs and casts a brief incantation, and you see a purple glowing piece of paper and quill floating mid-air. It's written in common. If you were to read it, give me a clever, because it's a lot of legalese. But your stunt will apply.
6.
Okay. Skimming past the legalese, you managed to identify that. It says that your body would belong to Satya upon death. It also absolves Satya of any responsibility if you die an untimely death, as in you can't really like bring charges to her if she attempts to murder you. It also says that the contract still applies if Satea succeeds in becoming a lich and obtaining a phylactery, thus becoming immortal. And it also says that Satea is not liable for any damages that your soul might suffer if you are reanimated.
So it won't apply if he isn't successful. Interesting.
Well, maybe I misspoke. Satea, basically the contract will not break if your soul is damaged. Make sense?
Okay, but no, I meant like it said that it won't break if she's successful and becomes a lich. Does that mean it will break if she dies and does not become a lich?
With your roll, I would say yes.
Okay. Then I'll sign it then. I'll kill her later or something, I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine Satea and Myrna probably both breathe a sigh of relief. Benjamin, you receive a sending.
Yay.
From Kyrie. She says, "Seems like we do need to catch up. Let's meet up in a week's time in Buhd Bay. I'll buy you and everyone else a..." Cuts off. Do you need me to paste that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And again, you can reply in 25 words or less.
All's well that ends well.
What did you say, Zelris? I didn't hear you.
All's well that ends well.
All's well that ends well. Do you need me to teach you the accurate version of the spell?
I could probably do it myself. Can I see if Lyri can figure out to do it herself?
Give me a clever. Garuk will assist you. Your stunt will also apply.
So, what, that's an 8?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can probably do it yourself. It'll probably take you like at least an hour or two to like deconstruct the way Satea taught you, but you can do it.
Okay, Lyri will be doing that in the background while everything else is going on then.
Myrna will say after you sign it, "So are we..." She kicks the ground, indicating the keyword. "Or are we not?"
Well, I want to go, but maybe these people have business with these dragons. I also wanted to go back to this Sun Fury place alone, but unfortunately we have to deal with these pests.
They can be useful. Perhaps.
Well, I wanted to speak to the leader.
She would like to speak to you too, so she will provide the appropriate time and place if need be.
Could you break this contract with me so I don't get teleported out mid-conversation with her? The ogre, of course.
Are you asking Myrna or Garuk?
Myrna.
Let me take a look. Let me roll Myrna's careful to see if that is something that she can do. Not careful, clever, my bad. Okay, she got a critical success.
Awesome.
Okay, she will say... that's simple enough. Ogre contracts are notoriously easy. Well, I suppose there's... The easy way to do it would be to bind yourself to the service of another warlock, and then the previous warlock cannot summon you. That's the easiest way to accomplish this. I'm willing to bind you as a warlock minion if need be.
I'd prefer not to, after my experience with the ogres.
Very well. The other way to do it would be to encase you in a stasis field of magic, and when the ogre would then summon you and fail, obviously because of the stasis field, the contract would automatically break.
Okay.
Other option would be to somehow make you strong enough, magically speaking, that you would be able to resist being summoned, at which point the contract would also break.
Then it might be useful keeping that necromancer around. She's probably good with magic. You freaking, I guess, provide me with those means. And she gestures to Benjamin as well.
I suppose we can. She looks at Benjamin. Do you know how to break a warlock contract, human?
Probably not, but he's full of nice magical energy I'm sure you could use.
Is that a threat of men attacking me?
No, just that you're just full of potential, I suppose.
Well, that is true. That's not necessarily what we have to do. I mean, look around you. This area is brimming with magical energy that we can use.
Also, I have my reply, by the way.
Please say it out loud.
We thought of escorting the ogres to Kalimdor, but I'll try to convince everyone to stop by Buri Bay. Have business there as well.
Okay.
That's exactly 25 words.
Okay, and you reply that.
It's so unfair. Kyrie is such a nice texter. I haven't had anything back.
I mean, from the
Oh
way...
no, I did, but couldn't I?
No, I mean, from the way you described it, the person you texted seemed to me at least like someone who is not magically adept.
Yeah. Now that Lyri knows what it is, she'll text who she's gonna text. She'll message who she wants to message the first time.
Yeah, in retrospect, shouldn't you have sent it like to your brother or something?
She was going to send it to Velenev, who is someone we briefly talked about last season, but not knowing what was up with the spell, she didn't want to do it.
The way I imagined it, you sort of like sent it to probably like a mid-level officer person who doesn't know a lot about magic.
Yeah, just some random.
And also the last 5 words of your message were cut off.
Yeah. And now she's got to recharge to use it again.
Once every 8 hours.
Yep.
Okay. Should we check up on Buhd briefly, and then I think we can end the episode? What do you guys think?
Sure, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Buhd, you once again, as you are standing in the demonic encampment, the big bad demon guy will once again approach you. And he will say, "Your allies delay. Why? Do they think to make a fool of me? What are their intentions?"
I don't know.
What is your worth, creature? Why am I going through all this trouble when I could just consume your soul?
Well, you do that, you don't get your warlock then.
I'm starting to think that perhaps it's not a warlock that I would be getting. I'm starting to think that perhaps they are just bluffing. Who are your allies, creature?
There, Lyri. I don't know if she there. Bladebeard, Benjamin, and Necromancer lady.
Necromancer. Explain.
When we go to Stormwind, we meet with Bladebeard's girlfriend, and she necromancer.
Who is Bladebeard?
He dwarf with little blades and beard.
Continue.
We go to Necromancer, and she offered to help us get to Nether Storm through magic dust.
I see. So she's the one who brought you to this place, not the Ethereal. You're contradicting yourself.
Ethereal give dust.
I'm starting to lose my patience, creature. If they do not hand over the skull of the warlock in 2 hours at most, I will flay your soul and make sure they know about it. If you have any way of contacting them, do let them know.
I do not.
And the head Eredar Honcho will walk away. Oh, and then he will stop and bark something at the Moarg and Gunarg. And the Gunarg will once again run up to you and once again start yelling at you in demonic. Similar things as before. You get the inkling that you have to continue loading the cannons.
Okay.
Can you give me another forceful to see if you manage? Okay. Whatever it is, I leave it entirely up to you. Something is giving you the resolve to push through the incredible pain, and you start slowly but surely recovering your strength.
Guys,
Buhd whispers. Well, Buhd can actually just think this to himself.
but hope you guys hurry. We're not doing so good wherever you guys are.
But what you can also think of one of your ogre ancestors if you'd like, to encourage you or provide you advice.
Sure. I don't know which one, so.
You know of 3 of the 4 options. You know Imperator Gara, you know Kaibutsu the Sneaky, and you also know about Crook the Slayer, the one who fought with Gruul.
I'll go with Crook the Slayer, because Buhd hasn't interacted with him too much, and Buhd assumes he did something, but that's just because Buhd thinks that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. From behind one of the cannons, the visage of Crook will appear, and he will say to you, "What are you doing, Moarg? I killed a fell reaver, but there were just too many of them. They overwhelmed me. I'm sorry you're in this situation."
It's okay. Friend's gonna be here soon.
Can you give me a clever to see if he'll give you good or bad advice?
Oh boy.
Listen, Moarg. You don't need friends. Why, if you remember, I killed the black dragon. I killed the black dragon. What was the name again? I forget. Moarg, but you also forget. Anyway, I killed the black dragon all by myself. No help involved. Just me and this, and he taps his muscles, and this, and he indicates his longbow. That's all you need to. And you already have a weapon too, indicates your cannon, which you somehow have. Fight your way out of this, Moarg. You can do it. You are of my blood, so you are invincible.
I'm not in state to do that, cousin.
That's not a way an ogre should speak.
No, but I am in great pain, and I can barely lift cannon.
Cousin, it's only in the heat of battle that your energy truly comes back, that you truly know how to move forward. Fight it. Fight them. Kill a lot of them. Kill that demon, that big demon guy, and impale his corpse on a spike.
It may come to that.
I'll be here with you. I'll go and check the perimeter. Defeat any other big scary robot things.
Okay.
He walks off behind the cannon he came back from and is gone. Actually, before we end, can we have one more brief session on the Benjamin Bladebeard and Lyri front?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. Benjamin Bladebeard and Lyri, while this was happening, you will see, because of a roll I did earlier, Moraku approach the Nether Dragon Roost once again, and he will drop off in the midst of you guys, Tamal.
Tamal!
Oh, oof, by the dust of Koresh.
Hi,
Are you
Tamal.
Shut up. Are you alright?
No.
What happened?
He looks to be like above board. He looks like he's flickering, if that makes sense.
What happened?
Oh, me and Buhd got attacked by a fell reaver. I think they captured Buhd.
A fell revo?
A gigantic burning legion machinery. It's
Like the big, like, kind of Lyri kind of like points to Benjamin, kind of like that shape.
humanoid, yes, but he indicates the Maniforge in the distance. That tall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw him before. It wasn't that bad. How did Buhd get caught?
Well, he I think dropped his pants, so he couldn't run, so he decided to fight it, and didn't go well.
Did they at least take his pants and they took Buhd?
What's with everyone losing their clothes to them?
I think so, Lady Lyri. I think he had the time to put them back.
Thank God.
Oh yes. Oh, hello. I just realized. Lyri, we found you. Benjamin Bladebeard, we found Lyri.
Okay.
I'm really happy that we found her.
Yep. You don't have to pretend.
Shut up.
What do you mean, shut up? Why are you so aggressive now, huh?
Because you're really, really annoying.
You're really annoying too. You came to... Whatever. Tamo, I'm glad to see you're alive. Someone I respect.
I'm glad to see you're alive too. And he looks at Mirna and like reaches for his sword and then realizes that his sword is gone.
Oh, she's with us. She's... Her people don't like your former employer.
Yes,
so-
I'm well aware.
Well,
he-
I'm
then-
your current employer, and they like me.
He then says in Thalassian, "Please stay away from me. I have no quarrel with you. I'm no longer in the employ of the Nexus Lord." And Mirna will reply in Thalassian, "That remains to be seen."
Well, he is, he's proven himself.
Oh, I am glad you were able to utilize the arcane dust. I apologize it didn't lead us to Area 52.
This Ethereum right here is, my close retainer, and I respect him deeply. So, I will vouch for him for this on Fury.
She says, "Well, if you trust him, then fair enough."
Lyri kind of gives a nod at Timo.
Satea whispers to you, Benjamin Bladebeard, "Who is this?"
You met him.
Above board she
You-
didn't.
Huh?
Above board she did not.
Didn't we find him while we were in... Yeah, she met him.
Oh, never mind, you're completely right. I was thinking of Stormwind. My bad. Then she would not say that. That is totally my bad. So as Tamol just like looks around, she will just nod her head at him, and Tamol will just like tilt his head quizzically, and then Tamol will just sit down and say, "If you don't mind, I think I need a rest. I was also damaged by that creature. I need to recover my energies."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's completely fine. You do that. I think we're waiting on these dragons to talk, and then we'll talk with our elven friends.
Elven friends? Are we seriously considering an alliance with the elves?
Well, I have business here by myself, but now that Buhd's involved, I've had to use the leverage of the Sun Fury to get him back. So, now, like it or not, you guys are gonna have to work with him as well.
If a faceless person could look horrified, Tamol would express that emotion, but he just has a blank expression because he can't really express horror. He just looks down and says, "Perhaps it might have been better if for the Fell Reaver to squash me."
Tomorrow, it's fine. Trust-
Lady Lyri, I mean no offense. He says that in common above board. I mean no offense, but if I fall in the hands of your compatriots, they will not only kill me, they will literally drain me dry of magic and keep me alive to endure the process.
Listen, Lyri says in common. I am of special interest in Slim Fury, and I would like to have a talk with the leader. So, trust me when I say that you all will be well looked after within their presence.
Trust you like they said that Buhd would be safe and then they started making demands?
Well, I know how to use my leverage, Benjamin. I'm the only one who's actually sacrificed anything to get Buhd back. I don't see you making sacrifices or doing anything. Just sitting around waiting for these dragons. You put yourself out here to try and save me. You got Buhd in trouble, and I'm the one having to get him back.
I never thought I would say this, but I do miss Azeroth, says Tomo.
Don't
Oh,
worry, we'll be
so
back
do
soon
I.
tomorrow. I have business back in Silvermoon. Maybe you can come back with me. I'm sure you'd enjoy it there.
Lady
Yeah.
Lyri, I mean this with the utmost respect. That prospect sounds horrifying. I think I would have a better chance if I dropped off that cliff.
Why? You know,
Blood elves and my kind traditionally don't get along. There were attempts. There were attempts to get along. Don't get me wrong. And we almost did until the Blood elves betrayed us, and we
it's
also
been a
betrayed.
long time since our people have had that leader. It's different now.
Lady Lyri, my former employer, literally takes your people and turns them into lobotomized automatons.
I am aware. I know about this.
I am guilty by association.
I can get you off scot-free, probably.
Can you give me a flashy to see how encouraging you are? I dearly hope that is true. I will follow your lead and everyone else's, of course, but perhaps we might travel to more savory climates after all this is done and over with.
Benjamin, by the way, how is Mariner communicating with the Sun Fury? I'm assuming she had like a
listening
magic
device,
like the one you had on you, right?
yeah, and like our necromancer friend has as well.
You can see it on her arm, says Satya.
So is it automatic, or does she have to turn on or off?
Yeah, it's automatic, like the ones we have.
They speak common there. You guys should watch your tongue. Don't say anything rude about the Sun Fury.
Oh, but I'll say all the rude things about the Silverman. That's kind of funny.
Satya looks scared.
Lyri just shrugs. Well, how long do these dragons have to talk and wait and all this stuff? This is taking ages.
Above board, like just before the session will be over, they will turn to announce their verdict to you guys. But I was waiting to see how long the RP will go on for. I have no intention of stopping you guys. It's just that I wanted to give you guys room to breathe.
I mean, I'm being very generous, Benjamin. I say we try and get this Buhd stuff dealt with as quick as possible. So, and then Lyri kind of speaks to her Skoll. Hey, how's the spell going? Etc., etc.
What are you asking the Skoll?
How is the spell going? It wanted time to do a spell.
Above board, do remind me. Which spell were you referring to?
The Skoll wanted to do a spell to like mask its presence as not being the Skoll we promised.
Oh, right. Let me roll. It's clever. Coming along, but it's doing a spell with verbal and semantic components is quite difficult when you have neither arms nor vocal cords.
If you could communicate anything you need done by me, then I'd be more than willing to assist you with some of those parts.
If you'd like, I can temporarily possess your body and cast the spell.
I'd prefer not to.
Understandable.
Either way, I don't think we'll be there within the hour, so you have plenty of time. We'll probably have to walk a fair bit. I'm just giving you a heads up that...
A heads up?
Shut up. I'm just giving you a heads up that, time is ticking.
I understand the situation we are in, and I assure you I am taking it seriously. It is just... Even the most experienced spellcasters have difficulty replacing various components in a spell if they are missing said body part. And well, considering the fact that I have no body parts, you can understand how that may be a little bit difficult. Not impossible, I can do it. Just please allow me either a little bit of time or just to temporarily possess someone to perform the spell. That would be easy and quick.
I'll delay the situation for as long as I can.
I think I'll need an hour at most.
We have an hour. I think it'll take an hour to even get there, so it's fine. I mean, I'm assuming we'll be walking a fair bit.
As you say, I will continue working on it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, do let me know if this is a good spot to end today's session.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So while I find the appropriate scene, do let me know what you all thought of today's session.
Pretty juicy.
Yeah, very heavy RP wise.
Yeah, a lot of texting too.
Yeah, very much so.
Spell Reaver abuse.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not okay. Next time you roll a Fel Reaver, make it like a very good thing.
Like a
This
tiny
is
Spell
very-
Reaver.
It's like an even stronger Fel Reaver, so right.
I honestly cannot believe it happened again.
It's happened like 6 times if you include the Lyri one, right? I think that's right.
Yes, if we count Lyri. 5 times, though, if we are counting Buhd. In a row is the problem.
I'm very curious. I'm gonna quickly do the math on my phone, so it was... Keep talking while I do the math.
Okay, well, I like that we had a lot of drama. It's fun seeing Buhd captured again for the 50th time.
It's 1 in 57,240.
Jeez.
Congratulations, Skoll. A few more times and you'll get the same odds as winning the lottery.
Well,
Really?
maybe I should try my luck at that. I think
if there was
that
a lottery where you lost your money instead of getting it, I think you'd win, yeah.
I think that I'm surprised Buhd is alive, to be honest with you. I thought he was going to die this episode.
Well,
Which happens a lot.
you are very, very lucky that the Burning Legion is allied with your allies, so... Yeah. Otherwise, we'll see. We would have seen what would have happened. But yeah, that was a very perilous situation. And I greatly enjoy having your ancestors egg you on to keep fighting.
Yeah, no, there's like a part of me that's like, yeah, Buhd should totally fight them, but I'm also like, I don't want Buhd to die.
keep in mind you haven't had a chance to rest, so you still have all your stress and consequences, meaning like someone flicks you and you're done. You're done.
Yeah, no, Buhd has had literal no time to rest. The moment he gets any time of peace, he's taking it. I don't think anyone would blame him.
Oh, by the way, Skoll, how do you feel about people using Buhd as like a playing card, a little chip on the board?
I'm over here like Buhd is literally dying, and you guys are debating over whether to trade a Skoll or not for him. So yeah, no, it doesn't feel. I mean, Buhd doesn't know this, but as the player of Buhd, it's not fun.
Poor Buhd.
He doesn't
Also-
deserve this.
Oh, we lied to them. That's not the Skoll that they won.
Well, it was a misunderstanding, so it's okay.
Yeah, but at least they won't like turn Buhd into a cyborg demon right away.
Oh,
I
I'm
guess.
sure they're gonna like that. That we lied to them. I'm sure.
I mean, Garuk is a powerful warlock. I'm sure he'll save us.
Not as powerful as Galtuk, the Mighty. So
Well, yeah, but you know,
Yeah, definitely not as powerful as Goldtook, but still decent.
he has a +10. He's pretty good.
plus 10 in clever, the most useless stat in this game.
I
Yeah,
have a +4 in clever. What are you talking about?
Garuk was in life. Garuk was more the I'm gonna sit on the back lines and I know a lot of things and I'm very old and wise. I'm not the charge in headfirst type.
This is so fucked up for Lyri, though. She doesn't want to help any of these people. She doesn't want to help a warlock, like an orc warlock who's burned down Eversong Woods. She doesn't want to help a necromancer for obvious reasons. She doesn't really want to help demons or whatever. It's just unfortunate all around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad place to be in.
Yep. I'm so happy that you did not discover the pranks that Teia played on you until it was too late.
Yeah. You know, it is unfortunate because I was going to message someone actually good, but then we just got to wait.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine like you get a military report and like the last words are, "I am a dum dum."
Yep, it's unfortunate. Is that why it was taking so long? Because she was adding all these extra steps on?
Above board, I think it took the amount of time she said it would take, but it was also the fact that like it's kind of hard to concentrate on teaching when people are speaking loudly next to you.
That's fair. Lyri's just going to be constantly working at, I guess, backwards engineering that spell while everyone's just sitting around waiting.
Mm-hmm. And again, you will be able to do it. I think the thing I'm looking forward to the most is if you do decide to prank call Golgamash.
She will at some point. She's not over the ogres yet. Even though she has found a way to break the contract, she is going to go back in and get her revenge. She's petty like that.
Sure. I'm also curious if you would prank call Gol or Gamash.
Oh yeah.
Gamash is the one who summoned you. Gol is the one who berated you.
Yeah.
Would they really not both hear the message? Are they really like separate people?
Yeah.
In actually lore-wise, it kind of depends. Like ogre mages can like they're on an entire spectrum of like we're just one mind, but we have two heads, so we're twice the more intelligent, more coordinated, etc. All the way to the opposite side of the spectrum of we're like Siamese twins who hate each other.
I'm assuming that I don't have to do orders for the other one, that it's that one where they
Correct.
just kind of argue.
You only have to obey Gamash, not Gol.
Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming because of that, it's probably the former
Mm-hmm.
or the latter or whatever it is. I don't know. Yeah, which one he said it in.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. very fun session. Skoll, I feel kind of bad because like I prepared like ways for you to get into the Echo Dome, but Tamal rolled poorly. You rolled a Fell Reaver again. Yeah.
I was really hoping that the Eco Dome would let us in, but apparently not.
Above board, what happened was, at one point the automated thing would have said, sorry, we don't have any translators available, please try again some other day, but Tamol didn't understand what it said, so he didn't wake you up, he didn't notify you of that.
Yeah, I guess it's better than getting Bud's hopes up and him waiting there even longer, but yeah.
Also above board, if you had picked any of the other options, including like I want to assassinate the Nexus Prince, it probably would have gotten you further.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, hindsight 2020.
I probably would have had Bud be a traitor, honestly. But I was like, Bud will be honest. Why not?
But yeah, next session will definitely be very interesting in terms of like the various political going-ons. Bladebeard, DoomGoblin, not Bladebeard. I'm slightly surprised you had Bladebeard destroyed the little communication device thing.
Yeah, it was annoying.
Okay, so that was the only reason you did it?
And I don't know. I don't think the positives of having that thing outweigh the negative things. You know, he's listening in on everything that we are doing and saying, so that's not good.
Sure, very true. It's just that if that was your main concern, you didn't do it earlier.
No, I thought that I could still like lie to him or something, but he caught me in a bad moment and I destroyed it.
Okay. Honestly, I was specifically aiming for the Nexus Lord to call you when Bladebeard was more or less alone.
Oh, I wasn't super alone.
Shrug. Well, that's that door closed at any rate.
Yeah, you should have Lyri men-tap that or something. I don't know. Or just destroy it.
I'm gonna kill Lyri. She was so annoying in this session.
Why?
Why?
I mean, you were, but you know.
I was not annoying. I was being smart as well.
Annoying. You're gonna be so dead.
Why?
Because you're annoying.
I'm not seeing any reasons given apart from that
You should have just signed your soul or body to Satea and shut up.
Well, maybe I wanted to, have a little talk. And Benjamin didn't even do anything. That's so annoying. Like, asked so politely and didn't do anything.
I mean, like, from an outside perspective, asking a blood oath, like someone who has lived through like the Scourge invasion and all that, to sign over their body and soul to a necromancer is a big ask.
A necromancer that specifically said they wanted to use a zombie horde to destroy the city of Stormwind, yeah.
You made a deal. You made a deal with her. She did her part.
Kind of.
I mean, it's either that or die, I guess.
But she didn't do her part, and also the Skoll wants to save Buhd, so...
Anyway, Bladebeard is going to prank Lyri as well from now on. It's gonna be some really funny pranks.
But you prank Lyri as well, you don't prank anyone else.
I guess that will be a surprise for next time, question mark?
Maybe. We'll see.
Also,
I'm disappointed in Benjamin. I thought he was a logical Sigma male, but I guess he wasn't.
Also, small spoiler, the first thing that will happen next session, like right before the dragons speak to you, Satya will ask for the card.
Wonderful.
I don't think it's safe enough for a card. I think that drawing them while flying was a good idea, at least in my mind.
I mean, what if, say, a card say hypothetically killed the dragon and you would have fallen from like hundreds of feet?
Well,
He would have used his reverse card or something. I don't know.
I would pull more cards while falling. I don't know. We'll see. I'm glad that didn't happen.
Is there one card that just explodes the entire map and kills everyone, like a spirit bomb?
I mean, I cannot answer that question.
Yeah.
Okay.
We only know 3 cards.
That means a yes. Wait, how many cards are in the deck?
15. Well, 12 now.
15. Okay, 12.
Just like the cards, I will say that they're at least somewhat similar in power level to like the deck of many things that D&D, classic D&D has. So they're around that power level. If that makes sense.
I only know few cards from there, so I don't even know. I can't even compare that.
I'll drop a link in the Discord chat after we're finished with the session.
But I know that there are some like that are big deal. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's literally a card in the deck of many things that says like you lose your soul and it's like teleported to what dimension of hell or something like that. It's fun.
I know that there's one that gives you 3 wishes, I think. You can cast the spell Wish.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. I wanna get that in this game.
You'd ruin everything. You'd kill everyone somehow.
I posted a link in chat for the deck of many things and you can see the various cards. But going back to our session, Buhd, Skoll, generally speaking, if a player is in like a possible death situation, I try to give them a way out, like a sort of Faustian bargain, like what happened with Bladebeard. I'm not sure what bargain I can offer you, but if you were to die again. Like the bargain, like quote-unquote situation that happened that you didn't die was, well, your enemies' allies are also your friends' allies. So, yeah, they would have captured you instead of killing you. But I guess if you push your luck, well, can you think of another character?
Yes, that's always a possibility. I've had a few characters actually on the table.
Okay. Just keep it in the back of your mind.
It would be very sad to say goodbye to Buhd, though.
It would, and I would not make that step lightly. I'm just saying, whatever your ogre ancestors say to you, you don't have to obey them.
Yeah, that's the... I only really am, like, taking things that Buhd would be like, oh, that makes sense.
That could really fuck Buhd up, honestly.
Which one?
The one Bladebeard gave him to have ogre ancestors who tell him things.
I guess.
I think it's pretty fun.
I mean,
it is fun, but...
He doesn't have to listen to every single one of them, but he does take some of them to heart, so...
And again, I mentioned this last session, but it's... To Buhd, to Moarg, these ogres are like childhood heroes that like suddenly come and give him advice out of nowhere. So even if their advice is nonsensical, which a roll of the dice might say it is, at the very least, Buhd doesn't have to go through with it, but he would respect their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'd be like if Goku told you to like juggle grenades. You'd probably do it, but it might not be a good idea.
Something like that. I give the comparison last session of like Superman randomly coming down and telling you to do something. When the situation back then was, I think the Imperator told you to eat Tomo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Bud debated with that. He was like, well, it doesn't even look that appetizing.
Yeah. And again, I mentioned this before, but these ogres only know what you know because they're figments of your imagination, and indirectly they also like speak to various parts of Bud's personality. They're not 100% faithful to like the actual historical individual, so to say.
Yeah, Bud is he's taking their things to heart, but he isn't gonna take everything, especially in his current situation. He's like, I am in great pain. I can barely stand. I can barely lift cannonballs. My cannon did nothing to a Fel Reaver. Bud isn't that dumb.
Understandable. I think I genuinely loved the like Fel Reaver scene where the quote-unquote ancestor was saying, "Oh, I've lined up the shot. I've got him this time." I genuinely love that.
Above board, I know it won't do anything, but Bud thinks it'll do something. So, and he's also, Bud was out of options at that point. If something was gonna happen, and the spirit, and like in his mind, oh, this guy's got me, and he did survive, so he does think something happened.
Yeah, I agree. Thompshire, I don't think you've really provided many thoughts on today's session. Do you have any opinions on what transpired today?
Not any I haven't mentioned. It was fun. We got a lot of juicy drama between Lyri and Bladebeard in particular. That's the murdering part is a bit too exaggerated, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Like I think Benjamin's role in the whole conflict was the one I could predict the least above board as a DM. I was really looking forward to what Benjamin would do, and Benjamin tried to play peacemaker, which is in character, I suppose.
Yeah, everything falls down to pieces when Bud's not around. He's like the part of the group.
Yeah.
We did well, but we did fine in Stormwind. I don't know.
I mean, above board, you can always ask Satya to take you back.
Nope, not at all. Wait, can she take anyone back, even those who weren't there when she cast the spell?
Yeah.
Also, it was Bladebeard that teleported us to Netherstorm.
Yeah, but she has the like quote unquote teleportation beacon back home that.
But told the demon that it was Satya that teleported to Netherstorm.
All right.
Bud isn't really aware of how it happened, and he was also in a mess, so his memories are kind of jumbled. Also, I didn't really remember, so I kind of just went with whatever Bud figured what happened.
Sure. I don't blame either Skoll or Bud for the misunderstanding. I don't know. Just that
I don't either, but just to remind everyone that Bladebeard is amazing wizard.
Sure.
How long have we been in Netherstorm for?
In game time, about
a day, right?
About
at least from Lyri, it's been a day.
8 to 7 hours.
Okay.
Bud has been in hell for 7 to 8 hours.
Actually, a bit more, like probably like 9 to 8 hours, something like that. It's pretty late at night.
Damn.
Bud hates it here.
And how long have we been in Netherstorm, like above board? Like it's been like a few weeks for that, right?
Oh, like in terms of sessions, it's been a bit more than a month.
Yeah. Oh, I missed the old green of Stranglethorn.
Understandable. I mean, even fucking Tomo said that he'd rather be on Azeroth, and Azeroth has not been kind to Tomo.
Yep.
Oh, he met Bladebeard and became a pirate.
I mean, yeah, sure, but
that ever happened to him.
Sure, but to get to that point, he had to like participate in a gigantic battle and like almost like lost his life trying to fight over an artifact with Bladebeard and Lyri, and later, and later on he was the whole conspiracy thing in Stormwind, and Timon has not had a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, poor buddy. You know what? I think Tamar was actually the heart of the group, not Buhd. Good old Tamar.
Okay.
Oh, no. No, that's because Buhd is the spirit of the group.
Okay. That's a save. That's a save. I've heard one.
Spirit because he's probably gonna die.
Never say
Honestly, it would be really sad if Buhd arrives and he's on his desk. He gets to say goodbye to everyone.
Oh, he like arrives on his deathbed. That'd be horrible.
Remind me, did you sign over your body to Satya? You didn't, right?
Buhd said no.
Well, she might do it anyway.
Oh,
What?
she's a liar. Undead Buhd arc. Let's go.
That very well might happen. I mean, I'm not even entirely joking.
Hey, you can get on Lyri's kind of story arc of getting a body fixed, but you know, you'll be kind of more fucked
He's gotta
up.
get a new body.
Yeah, he's gotta be turned into a skull and then be given to someone else. Turn into them.
Well, I genuinely don't know how this season will end. I definitely mentioned this offline, but I'll mention this on records as well. But I think the season will end once the ethereal situation in Netherstorm is dealt with, one way or another. Or I guess the ogre situation. And I genuinely don't know how that will end. Like if ending in failure is also an option. I'll say that much, and circumventing the problem is also an option. I guess we'll see.
It's also kind of messed up that like the Silver Mane and the Sun Fury also like involved with the Legion, and like they're also there, and it's kind of scary as well.
Yeah. To be fair, the Burning Legion is a big thing. Information may take a while to like travel through all the pipelines.
Yeah, it's just very scary to have them just sitting there.
Like, whatever Satya hears is related to Clovis. Clovis then has to relay it to someone else, who then relays it to someone else in the Burning Legion, who then would have to relay it to the Burning Legion field commander over in Netherstorm.
It's gonna be so cool when Lyri starts calling up people from across the vast, begging for help. Be like, hey, can you just help me home? I'm kind of sick of this place. I'm kind of sick of Netherstorm right now.
Understandable. Well,
She's gonna stick around for the time being though, because she wants that good rap.
Yeah, and I think next session will definitely be insightful, both in like terms of like what the Blood Elves are doing and what the Nether Dragons plan to do, etc., etc. Yeah. Like, again, there's multiple factions in Netherstorm that you guys can deal with or potentially ally with. And I guess you're on track with most of them, except for the...
Ethereals.
Yeah, the Ecodome Ethereals, and the Consortium Ethereals as well.
Well, let's hope we don't upset every single one of them, even though I feel like we might do, eventually somehow.
Guess we'll see what happens. Anyway, any other thoughts for our viewers before we go into our shoutouts? I suppose not. Well then, dear viewers, thank you once again for watching and listening to us. Let's see what these lovely people are up to. I rolled some dice in the background, and the dice have decided that Zelris should go ahead first and talk about herself, what she's doing, what she's working on, etc., etc. Can you please go ahead, Zelris?
I'm Zelris, and I'm working on remaking some old machinimas I made like 5 years ago, and those will be done eventually, sometime. I have no clue when, but it's work in progress. You can follow me for updates on my Twitter, or just wait on my YouTube until it's uploaded. And that's about it.
Nice. Thank you very much, Zelris. Next, we would have, according to the dice, the sort of mediator, Sir Thompshire. Can you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you are doing?
Sure. You can find me on YouTube and Twitter as Sir Thompshire, and I make mainly renders lately and other, I guess, more miscellaneous things. And as every week, I'll keep preaching about a machinima that may or may not come eventually. So yeah, let's leave it at that.
Never say never. Thank you very much, Thompshire. Next, according to the dice, we would have DoomGoblin. Can you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you are doing?
Yeah, hey, it's me, DoomGoblin. I draw stuff. You can check my Twitter out at DoomGoblin, where I post drawings and updates, I guess, sometime, if something is going on. But yeah, I draw stuff, like fantasy stuff, and yeah.
That DoomGoblin does, and I highly recommend his Twitter. By the time this episode comes out, it should be fairly close to October, and I think DoomGoblin will terrify people with his Twitter thumbnail. We'll see.
You already terrified me the other day. That's enough.
We'll see. Thank you very much, DoomGoblin. Next, we have the owner of the channel you all are watching this on, Skoll Shorties. Can you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you are doing?
Yep. Aside from dying as Buhd, I am currently working on a lore video, the Hellscream short story, as literally what it's called. It's just called Hellscream, which it pertains about how Garrosh arrived on alternate Draenor for the first time and what he was up to when he did. I really like that short story, and I'm happy that I get to cover it, especially around the time that Siege of Orgrimmar apparently came out. So that'll be fun. I mean, as we're recording this, it's like September 10th, so future stuff. I mean, it might be present stuff by the time that gets uploaded, but hey. So I'm working on it right now, but maybe it'll be out by now, or it probably won't, because editing takes a while. But that's what I'm working on, and you'll probably expect some Dragonflight stuff maybe soon too. I don't know, but yeah, that's what I'm working on, and maybe some machinimas in the future too.
Yep. This episode will come out around the 24th, around that time. So we'll see. Maybe Skoll will finish his look at Hellscream by then. But if not, do look forward to it. Thank you very much, Skoll. And I was your Dungeon Master, Game Master Teeironor. I do this series, which is a ton of fun and extremely unpredictable above board, as well as another series that's set in a homebrew universe called Legacy of the Rimlin. By the time you guys see this video, we might be taking a few weeks off just because one of our players might have some IRL stuff coming up. If at any rate, I would keep you guys posted on Twitter. But either way, I highly recommend that. It's a ton of fun. Other than that, thank you once again, dear viewers, for watching and listening to us. We will most likely be back next week on Sir Thompshire's channel, and we will see you there. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Oh yeah.